Hi everybody! Welcome! It is the Crafty Club Playbook event. I always want to say Crafty Girl because for 2 years that was the title of it. So my mind has not completely locked on it. It is the Crafty Club Playbook. So that is what we are talking about today. And this is our first opportunity because it's the new year, 2019, to get crafty in our book. So I thought I would kick off. I don't know. I just felt like it was a really good time to hang out with you guys and do a live event around our new book, which I know a lot of you guys were super excited about. Obviously, there's been so much excitement. So welcome Facebook and welcome YouTube. We are now broadcasting our lives on 2 different platforms. We've been kind of experimenting and trying new things, and we are using this kind of like a separate platform to actually be where the live is filmed, and then it broadcasts outward to all of our little platforms. So now we have both Facebook and YouTube together because some people refuse to have a Facebook, which I do not blame you in the least. And some people just like YouTube better. It's kind of where I originally started, and then Facebook added that whole live feature. So I felt like, well, we should give it a try. So there's really a lot of pros and cons to both of them, I have found. But I love the fact that we are able to come together no matter which platform you prefer, that now you can watch both. But I will let you know, for those of you who may not be able to watch the whole event, that all of the replays are going to be housed on YouTube. That is where we would prefer you to watch the replay. And the benefit now that you have of being able to watch the replay there is you can, I believe what YouTube will let you see the YouTube chat room still. So you'll be able to see some of what I was talking about. I do from time to time engage with the chat room, which is right here, which you cannot see. It is off camera. But you know who you are because you're in the chat room right now. And hi, Miss Andrea. I saw your little hello, and I see a lot of you guys are saying hello. It's 2019, and Happy New Year. And I am super excited that so many of you guys are answered. You RSVP'd to my little invitation on Facebook that I was going to be holding this little event. And I thought, what a wonderful time to kick off because, now I don't know what it's like all over the world. I know we have Australians. I saw somebody from Sweden. I have South Africa. So I have people from other countries. So I'm not quite sure how New Year is treated in other areas other than the US. Here in America, we tend to be like, you have the day off, unless you work in retail, in which case, apparently you have to work all year long because they never let anybody off on holidays. But I said, I figured today was a really good bet that a lot of people would be off. You guys would be kind of maybe without much to do. Maybe you felt like binge watching Netflix, and for, when you're a crafty girl, this is a preferable activity to Netflixing. Netflixing. Binge watching Netflix, which I have definitely done that my fair share of binge watching. So I do. So Caroline, you're in Sweden, and you say that you have, so today is no work for you. So that's good. So what did I want to talk about? So I had a few things, housekeeping. We always do housekeeping on my live events because I finally have you guys all here together so I can kind of get some information out to you. If you have not joined the Crafty Club, the Reset Girls Crafty Club on Facebook, and you have a Facebook account and are not opposed to being on it, I welcome you to join the club. There's been a lot of fun and exciting things going on in there. I recently posted some new posts where you guys can each week post your Lister's Got a List pages in there, and now there is going to be a post every week for you to share what you make inside your playbook. This is kind of the little backbone of what the Crafty Club is all about, which is, it is my one group that is focused on crafting. Now, primarily my crafting is paper crafting, and I think we can all agree that we tend to be paper crafters, although there is nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with crafting of like the knitting type, sewing, the fabric stuff, painting. All of the creative things are welcome in the Reset Girls Crafty Club. I have wanted to put this little gem together for such a long time, and really I actually tried I tried unsuccessfully to get it printed like as a physical book a couple years ago with disastrous results, but I have not given up on that dream. I dream one day of having the Crafty Club playbook be a physical product that you could purchase on Amazon. That is one of my dreams. So I'm hoping that that happens one day, but in the meantime, we'll be releasing it in quarterly segments. So this is the winter quarter that we have here. And I know some of my girls who also are in the Faithful Life Club, another one of my Facebook groups, that if you are a girl of faith and would like to join us, we would love to have you. That particular group, we are going to be making a Faithful Girl playbook that will be worked on shortly. I have a couple other little projects I have to get through first, one of which is winter camp, which I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, where are we at with winter camp? So we have a summer camp, which is Camp Reset, and a winter camp, which is going to be called Dating Your Goals, the Summit. So we are having a winter summit, if you will, and it is going to be fabulous. It is online, but it is going to be held at the beautiful and majestic Reset Village. It is a snowy winter adventure that's going to kind of help guide us into a slow and steady goal-setting approach. Because right now, and I feel it. Do you guys feel it? Like, do you feel it in your body? Do you feel a little anxiety? Like, I feel tension about, where's my planner? Why isn't everything set up? Like, I have to have my life set up immediately. I don't know what we got going here, but it is definitely I don't know if it's a human thing, if it's just, being people, if it is part of our societies that we live in, whether we live in an international country here in America. I don't know what it is. I think Americans are even worse. Personally, I think Americans are really bad at this pressure to like achieve, get it done, because we are we're the land of opportunity and the American dream. And that's just like I think it's part of our DNA. So, I definitely, I feel a little tension. That's the best way to put it. And I'm sure a lot of you guys do too. But here's the thing, guys. I am determined that I don't want to be like everyone else. What I have noticed in the last 3 weeks is my inbox has been bombarded with all the emails from everything I've ever signed up for, is like, slay your goals, hustle, 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 get it done, kill those goals. And I'm just like, that has never worked for me, because I get real excited and real amped up and I'm going to kill it. And then as soon as anything derails me, deters me, challenges me, it's like, I'm done. It's like, I don't even know why, but it's like part of my brain just goes, I'm done. I'll just have to start this again next month. And then something else happens. We'll have to start this again next month. And so nothing ever happens. I feel like a lot of the last year I have given this so much thought, because I wanted to do this same camp last year and it didn't happen. And so over time, I have really been doing some research. I've been really trying to plot a course for me and for you that kind of helps us to just really hold each other accountable. I want to make this winter camp is kind of a mindset of what I'm really offering is an opportunity for this community to kind of bond, to kind of find each other. If I have this goal and you have that same goal, let's bond together. Let's hold each other accountable. Now, the current Facebook group that I have is not set up for that. And we tried to do that with the Goal Getters Club, and it was a failure and a half, because that's not what Facebook does. It doesn't create organization within your group. So what we discovered, by we I mean Mr. Crafty, is that by exploring some other options, he finally hit upon the most perfect website ever. It is it's like a forums kind of website, but it is like unlike any forums I have personally seen. And I have visited my fair share of forums, different types, different styles. Some of them are very outdated, but they all have a lot of different, they all seem to have some similarities in what they are. And so this one does have those things. But what's really wonderful is that it will give you guys the opportunity to have the thing that like meant the most to people, I think, during Camp Reset, was have cabins, have little groups of people. And in this case, you can belong to more than one. You guys can belong to a cabin that's like, hey, this cabin is all about being vegan. This cabin is all about Whole30. This cabin is all about, we're faithful girls. We want to get our goals, be accountable to doing our Bible study. This cabin is about, I don't know, hitting financial goals. We're doing the Dave Ramsey cash envelope system. So those particular cabins can allow you to kind of have that bonding. Now, there can be private cabins where you've already have your posse, and then you guys kind of like, okay, we don't really want any extra people that, distract us. We're kind of like, we know what we want, so that you can have a private cabin where nobody else can come in or see what you got going on in there. And then you have the more public cabin where it's like more the merrier. And the cabins are fabulous because you can have like a photo gallery, and they have their own calendars. You can put each other's birthdays on there, or like a weigh-in date, or like, hey, today's our check-in date. So somebody can like put dates on that little calendar within your cabin. And then you have the whole forums, which is all the general conversations, all of the organized threads. So unlike our current Facebook setup, you guys can easily see conversations you want to be part of. You can find the questions that you have easily. You don't have to come in there and immediately start a post. You can just look through a very organized group of questions and answers, basically, and conversations. So this is what has been really missing, I feel like, from the Facebook for that, and posts bounce up and down based on people responding in them. So I can sit there and put all this great information in there, but it's very hard to steer everybody into seeing the same, reading it, getting all the information. It has been kind of the bane of my Facebook existence from the beginning. So we want to offer this. So what we've decided is because the forums is sort of something we want to continue on into the future, whereas winter camp is kind of like we do camp and then we're done with camp. We decided that we're going to launch the forums first. So that's kind of the priority now, is getting that up and at 'em. It is a paid membership. It is an affordable membership, because my goal is not to, I want to make it as accessible as possible. Really, it will have very unique content in it beyond, what we do now. I have my own personal goals. So I have a very self-motivated reason to wanting the forums too, is I have my own goals that I want to achieve. And I would love to do, have a little cabin, if you will, or whatever, or even just having a thread of conversation of, these are what I'm trying to accomplish, and I want to be accountable. So I'm willing to be like, hey guys, this was my way in. I did this, I did that. There's also an awesome freaking app, Mark and I have been playing with it and working with it currently, testing it, so that you guys can all like have an app that tracks your progress too. And then you can have your own little group on the app sharing it together, and so that you can kind of even push each other like, hey, you better get on your water drinking. So we've been just tracking our water drinking, our God time, and walking for 10 minutes, which both of us have failed every single day. You'd think 10 minutes wouldn't be that difficult, but apparently it is. But I think if I were to put myself up up in front of you guys to the, to the point where I was kind of like, okay, this is how I did. I feel like that would be a huge motivator, because I wouldn't want to, I wouldn't want the feeling as if I were letting you down. You know what I mean? When you kind of, when you're the one with the big idea and you're like, okay, everybody, let's do this. I kind of feel like you sort of have a greater obligation to the group to be a leader, if you will, to be a good example. So I feel like if I have to kind of do that to myself, then that's what I have to do, because I really want 2019 to be my year of success with my fitness and all of that good stuff. So so what we are going to be doing is introducing a new platform to the Reset community, which is going to be a website called, we'll be calling it The Reset Life. And once you are part of that, then once you're part of that, it's like a whole new level of like this. All the love and how much we love this community and all of this. This just gives you an even stronger support system. It gives you even more. There are so many fantastic encouragers in this community. So many of you guys, I think encouragers kind of attract other encouragers, which is so lovely. And I think all of us are, just based on our ages and kind of like, I think a lot of us, and I know we have different types of lifestyles, but I think for the most part, there's some common threads in this community. I think for the most part, this is not a community of drama or being intrigued by that or wanting that. This is a place of escape from that. There's a lot of negativity on social media and on Facebook and those things. So it's really nice. I would like to imagine that what I am trying to provide to, fellow resetters is, this is a haven. This is a little safe, quiet space away from, the world, to kind of like bond with your friends and kind of like get your mind back in the game, get a reset, and then get back out there. And, just like the faithful group is my opportunity to build up my faithful sisters so they can go out there and shine their light for Christ. The other part of the community is about helping you guys get back in the game and get your head right. And sometimes that is just done simply by just hanging out together and doing some crafting. It could be because we all read a book together. It could be because we are all kind of working on our goals together. It is about creating a meaningful connection, a deeper relationship. I think, and that's kind of what I want, is taking the Reset community to the next level. So this membership is your opportunity to be part of that. And I can't tell you how excited we are about it. Mr. Crafty's been working on it every single day. He has our illustrator. He's paid her to like make special little badges and little things so you guys can earn. The more you interact, the more you do things, the more you're earning. I mean, it's so cool. So sorry, this is turning into a whole other spiel. But I really wanted to tell you, I can impart to you that winter camp is, I'm still plugging away at it in the background, but we want to get the forums up and allow you guys to kind of get settled. And then we're going to be like, hey, we have camp. So my hope is that I will be able to launch camp by the end of this month. That's my hope. But again, the best way to keep in the loop and make sure you don't miss anything regarding camp would be to register for my newsletter. And you do that by going to theresetgirl.com. And on theresetgirl.com, we have a menu of options. Newsletter is one of them, and it's the Reset Girl Insider. And being in the insider means you're in the inner circle. You're in the loop. You will not be left out. So that's something that I want to share with you, that you will not miss anything camp related. You don't have to worry about being attached to the Facebook group if you sign up for the newsletter. I will be sending out a special newsletter all about just camp coming up to give you guys a heads up. I think it's been a good thing that I didn't rush to launch it, because time has passed and I've given it more thought, and I actually want to do probably, I'm making some changes that will affect the price coming down, which is a good thing, and changing the content the way that I do it so that it's a little bit easier to produce. So I also want to let you guys know that in the Crafty Club right now, there's a poll that I posted last night that I'm asking for your feedback on YouTube content. So my YouTubers, I know a lot of you guys are like, I've heard many people say, when are you going to make videos again? And I think videos are probably my favorite thing about what I get to do, and it really bums me out that I haven't got to do as many as I wanted. So what I would love is just to get your input on what kind of content. I made some suggestions of things that I thought, for the most part people are interested in, but you can certainly go back and add your own. What would you be interested in seeing? What I have learned is this particular community is not very interested in the kind of sped up crafting videos with the music overlay. I personally love those type of videos, mostly because, why do I love those type of videos? I don't know. Part of it is I love watching the sped up version of like watching all the art come to life so quickly. I mean, that's really cool. I appreciate both. I know that a lot of you have shared that you love the chattiness. Because for a lot of you, it feels like you're chatting, like you're crafting with a friend, and when friends are together, what do? We chat. So I totally understand that. And I get that. I think what I was planning on doing was a bit of a balance of both. So if I do one crafting video and it'll be a chatty version, and then there'll be a sped up version that either has me voicing over or doing music over it. So it's like the best of both worlds, because I would like to attract more people into the community, and I know that a lot of people look at my videos and go, holy cow, I cannot sit there and watch a 2-hour video, girl. And people have said that to me, like, your videos are way too long. Like, I see that, I'm out. And I get that. For the most part, what I notice, because I'm on YouTube probably more than any other platform out there, is that YouTube definitely, especially with the younger audiences, they're very much into like 10 minutes. If they do a 15-minute video, they're like apologizing for it. I'm so sorry, this video is so long. And I'm like, it's 15 minutes. That just shows you the difference in the niche, the difference in the, all of it. I think maybe for us, we're just in a different phase of life. It doesn't mean that some of us, are very, very busy, but I know that ultimately I want to attract more people. I want more people to know that, that I'm here, that I'm encouraging you, that I'm helping you to look at things differently, and not just come meet me, but come meet my people. Come meet this amazing community. That, I think, has been the biggest mindset shift for me this year, is like, look at this family we have here. And some people want to be part of it, and some are like, that's not for me. So it's just about, it's finding the right balance, I think. And so, but anyway, I would love to have your input. And a lot of people made a point of saying, I love chatty videos. I love the chat. I love to hear you chat. I love to hear your process, which I appreciate hearing people's process. So I have made a big commitment to step up my crafty game. I bought myself for Christmas. Yes, I buy my own presents. It is a habit from being a single woman for 20 years that if I just buy myself something. But I got myself some new craft supplies. I got a lot of new things. Like, I got some things because I haven't announced it yet, you guys, but I have some really 2 fun service projects that I am going to be announcing to you guys very soon, that I'm going to be saying, hey, you guys, we're going to start doing this particular craft event so that we can do this very kind thing for these people. And I'll host a live so we can kind of do our crafting together. So I got myself some fun tools, like the Misty, the stamp tool. It is the most incredible stamp tool invented. That is an excellent tagline. But I got myself this. I got myself a new pad. I got the Tim Holtz glass media desktop thingy. I got myself some really good stuff because I want to be more committed to my craft life. Now that, because I got my crafting mojo back, and so I just thought it's time to like get super serious about it. I want to be like pro. Just kidding. And I did buy something out of the ordinary for me. I bought a ruler because I'm not really a ruler girl. I'm just like, I'll eyeball that. But I thought, you know, if because of what we're going to be making, which I will release all of that information shortly, but there does need to be a little bit of preciseness. I can't just wing it. So I got myself a ruler. So I'll be, you know, I'll be more, I don't know, precise and professional. So for those of you who have not seen the Crafty Club playbook or purchased your Crafty Club playbook, Mr. Crafty made a very, very simple place to purchase it. It is craftyclubplaybook.com. That's simple. craftyclubplaybook.com. So you can go there and grab it. They are, you can print it. It's a printable, obviously. But you can print it out at home, or you can take it to the printers and have them print it for you. Now, I'm just going to give you this little piece of advice. This will not be the last printable thing I offer. I'm going to be offering printable things all year long because that's what we primarily have now as a digital shop. And we have like hundreds of gorgeous printables in our digital store. And the wonderful thing about printables is once you own it forever. And if you love that thing, you can print out as many as you want of it. You'll never run out of it. Isn't that wonderful? I'll never sell out of my digital supplies. So I am also not the only store that sells digital products. There's lots of other stores out there. Etsy is a great place to shop, and you can also find them online. People who have the online scrapbooking, memory keeping, like all digital. Even Allie Edwards has, you know, stuff. I think Studio Calico has digital stuff. So I would suggest to you that for the cost of like printing one of these, which I think this cost me about $40 to print, and I went to somewhere that was kind of on the high end price. I went to Staples. So Staples, Office Depot, Office Max, those are considered like retail pricing. And so it is more expensive, hands down. There are online printing companies that you can go to, as well as my favorite print store, which actually used to print all of our physical products that you guys used to buy. That we took them to Sir Speedy. Sir Speedy. Sir Speedy has stores all across the nation. They are like clustered in like around town, like cities that have like obviously more people in them. But I remember seeing the map, and they are all across the board. I think obviously in your upper states like Idaho and the Dakotas, you might obviously not find one, but down all through the lower part and up, you know, all the rest, all the rest of America, there were plenty of them. And that's where we used to go. I got amazing prices with them, amazing quality. So it is definitely, there are other options out there beyond just your Staples and Office Depot. They do tend to be more expensive. And you wait a lot longer. I absolutely, I'm not one to upload my things in advance. I usually take them in, and then you end up waiting a long time. FedEx Kinko's is another option, but often those guys, all of them really are not the greatest option unless you have a coupon or they have a sale, and sometimes they do. But definitely shop online. Go check. There are lots of companies that say, hey, just send us the file and we'll print it and mail it back to you. And that can be much cheaper. But I will say this, if you are going to be doing printing, get a printer. Their printing has changed a lot since not even, I don't know, in the last 5 years, the printing has really just scaled up. HP offers a really cool program where they actually monitor your ink supply, and when it starts getting low, they will send you ink. And it's very inexpensive. It's much, I mean, there's people in our community that have it, and they're just like, love it. It's the best thing ever. There are so many affordable printers now on the market that just do fabulous jobs. You can even, this particular printer that I bought is actually I just saw it at Staples, and I bought it for $300, but it's on sale right now, and it's $250 at Staples. It's the HP, it's a color laser jet. Laser jets have the benefit of like the toner lasts much longer than inkjet. You can get a lot more prints. It's a workhorse type of printer. This printer is ideal for projects like this. It's not a good photo printer. It's not going to get all that luscious detail in your photos when it prints, but I use it. I print photos on it all the time, but I'm not going to be, the projects I use them for isn't like memory keeping. It's just for like doing a vision board. So I'm not going to be super picky about stuff like that. But I would say to you, thanks, Mr. Crafty is giving information. So HP Instant Ink, you get 300 pages of color printing a month for $9.99. What? And there are a lot of printers now that have that offer that when you buy them. So this is a really great opportunity to kind of like, you know, this is a good time to invest because this is our future. We're going to continue to pump out more stuff like this. I have like a list of fun things that I haven't even gotten to yet, you guys. And eventually I do want to offer these kinds of products to put on Amazon, and there's ways to like do like self-publishing and then get them onto Amazon so you guys can buy them. But in the meantime, until that glorious day, we definitely are going to be doing more digital printing. We'll always have the, you know, like the little stuff that we have to the decorating stuff. That's going to be, even if I made this physical, we would still have our kits. So it's still worth doing. And, you know, I think that once, a lot of you guys probably didn't imagine that you'd love having digital prints as much as you guys have come to love them. So that's something to consider, that you might want to invest in that, because if you've paid Office Depot for printing your, like, say your Camp Reset book and then this book, like that's the cost of a printer right there. I mean, I know it was for me because the Camp Reset book was really big, and I don't want to take away pages from you guys when I, you know, I'm trying to give you a great product. So sorry, getting a little parched. Okay, so that's what I wanted to share with you, my little spiel about the printing cost, and that this 2019 might be a good time to invest in a printer if you haven't already. The wonderful thing about this book was, my intention was it would create something for us to work on together all year long. So this is the winter edition. We're going to flip it open and get started into our pages. I mean, I am so excited when I look at this, how much fun it is. It's a little bit of everything. It's a little bit of memory keeping. There's gratitude journaling, which is a very simple, like you just have enough space to write one thing down each day. I didn't want to make this complicated. I wanted this to feel like the little activity books we had when we were girls, like when we were younger, and there'd be like the connect the dot, the maze, the word search, the coloring, you know, that's what this concept is. But this is kind of like our fun, more grown-up activities. And then it can duplex with at least 60-pound paper. So 60-pound paper would be like cardstock. It's like it's definitely above what I personally craft on, which is 32-pound paper. That is probably like your most thinnest cardstock. And some printers don't like cardstock, and which is a real bummer, because cardstock is what you'd want to print your journal cards to, your covers, like the magazine covers, some of the decor that we offer that can be like die cuts. Those kinds of things you'd want on cardstock. So a duplex printer, that feature is really important if you want to be able to print both sides of your paper with the printer doing it automatically, and you don't have to reach in, flip the paper, and then do that, you know, go through all of that. There is just such joy and simplicity when you can just hit, you know, a little button on the print, what is that called? The window, the dialogue, but I forget what they call that technically. Okay, so the little window that pops up and you tell it this is how many copies I want and all that good stuff. There's a little feature when you have this type of printer. It's just you check a box that says print on both sides. So what a lovely concept, and you would be able to do that if you have a printer that does duplex printing. So that's one thing you want to definitely keep your eyes open for. And thank you, Sandy, for that reminder, because that is super important, since I love creating these workbooks for you guys. Woo! Okay, so I'm buffering apparently. Okay, I'm trying to catch up my chat room here. Excusez-moi. Okay, so I'm going to jump into my book here. I've mentioned everything I wanted to mention. Oh, okay. I might need my I might need Mr. Crafty in here. Something has happened to my little chat room and it's disappeared and I can't see what you guys are saying to each other or to me. I hit that you know, trying to get it to catch up to itself, and then it turned into this analytics screen.
Okay.
So we're just doing a little bit of some tech support here. There we go. Yay. Okay. Okay, so if you guys are having buffering issues, hit your little refresh button on your browser, that little...
I think the buffering was us.
Oh, apparently the buffering was us. It wasn't you, it was us. It's not you, it's me. There we go. Okay. Hi, Franklin. Okay. All right. Okay, hi guys. We're back. We're back online. Okay. So, Marge, I'm happy you're here too. And I saw a couple Australian girls saying, hey, I'm here. I think Kathy, good morning from Australia. Mallory's here in the room. Woo woo. Okay. Okay, so I think we're all caught up. So I wanted to just share something really fast before I open the book. This is just kind of silly, but I found this in my drawer and it just reminded me of what a little journey being the Reset Girl has been. So in my former life, before I did the Reset Girl, I had a little business that I kind of did on the side. It was like a little side business called One Crafty Secretary. And I had a cute little logo made and everything. And you guys might remember that logo because it was the original Reset Girl before it's become the one you see now today. So back in the day, when I first started on Instagram, it was that logo you saw where it was just part of her face like this. And I loved that little logo. Anyway, so I had her and I was so self-conscious about photos and stuff of myself. Like I never took photos of me. And when Mr. Crafty and I first started, I think the first, like if you were to go back to my very first Instagram picture ever, it is a picture of a business, my very first business trip I ever got to take. And it was taken at the Canadian border. And so during that time, I remember this, the little transition. You can even see Mr. Crafty and I going to New York City, getting engaged. Like that's what the beginning of my Instagram channel was just my personal life. And then eventually it was like, boom, there's a planner and I'm in the planner world. It's like this purple Filofax that I don't even own anymore. But I had such a self-conscious thing about being in pictures that I never took pictures of me. I took pictures of this. So I had these little peg dolls painted so that each one looked like that little One Crafty Secretary girl. I know this is so funny. So there's one of them. She's got her cute little dress on and she's, let's see, what is she doing? Because they all have something different. Okay, let me see. She has a little spoon in her hand. See right there? Because this was going to be like the little kitchen girl. If I did blog posts that were to show like healthy eating and any of that kind of stuff that I wanted to blog really bad, I was always taking pictures of her to represent me. I have one that's Mr. Crafty. I have a little Mr. Crafty doll that I painted myself. I have her with like a little camera around her neck. I have one where she's got little shorts and a little t-shirt on. And I have one where she's got a little more fancier dress. I have like 5 of these little things. And I used to carry them with me everywhere. every time I took pictures, I would use this little doll to represent me. Like I'd stick her in the picture and take a picture of like the skyline, or, you know, if we were at lunch, I'd put her next to my plate and take a picture rather than put any pictures of myself in them, because just the thought of taking pictures of me was just like, I couldn't even handle it, especially on Instagram. That was just not something that I wanted to do. So I mention all this because when I found it this morning, it made me realize how far I have come, and how, look at me, I'm on a live video, often in my pajamas, no less, in my little room, and talking to you guys. Like as we travel around the United States here in our little RV, you know, we've gotten to take our show on the road. And I just think it's hilarious that I went from being a girl that was so self-conscious that I couldn't even be in a photo on social media, and I needed to have something represent me. And now here I am boldly declaring, you know, what the Reset Life is about, who I speak to, who my audience is, that I want you to be part of this life that we are building, this community that we're building, that I'm willing to do that in my pajamas, that I'm willing to do that in my little crafty space parked here in an RV, you know, in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, that I'm like, be part of this, be part of what I'm doing. So it just kind of shows you that this girl, this is before I feel like God had really gotten a hold of me. And I feel like he has given me that boldness, and he has given me the desire, which I did not have before. He gave me the desire for you guys to be here, to want to do this, to be that friendly, crafty friend that some of you feel you have, because where you live, you don't have any crafty friends. And where you are in life, you feel very alone. And I get that. Like, he picked the right girl, because I couldn't have been more alone in my life, the majority of my life. I was a lonely, lonely person. I could count on one hand. I had one friend at any given time in my life. I mean, I didn't go out and hang out with people. I didn't know anybody. I was extremely insecure and very, very introverted. And I still am very introverted, but I feel like I'm just better at extroverting now. And that's the difference. So when I look at this, that just really kind of hit me. And I wanted to share that with you, because I don't want you to think that any of this ever came natural to me. Other than the many times that I used to pretend to do commercials in the bathroom mirror when I was a little kid. Or would make up epic tales to read to my little stuffed animal friends as a child. Like, that's just such introvert behavior, right? Is we could be our like little best selves when we are alone. And now I just turn the camera on and do that with you. And many of you guys understand that because you're introverts too. So that's what she represents to me, is who I used to be and what God has really shaped and molded me into now. That here I am on the first day of 2019 saying, let's get crafty in this fun little book that I whipped up and that we're all excited about, like we're a bunch of 12-year-olds. So, yay! So you can evolve and you can change, and 2019 can be your best year ever. You can make some bold moves and do some things you never thought you could do, because when you do, each time you take a little step of boldness, each time you do something, you get that feeling of confidence and the feeling of like that win that you got. Like, okay, that wasn't so bad. Whew. Like sometimes I really have to high five myself for, extroverting and getting out there, because I'm such an introvert that it's very hard to do. Even now, even today, even though I'm going to an event full of girls that just be like, oh, I'm so happy to meet you, I will still be like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous about going. I'm so, what if they don't like me? What if I'm not living up to their expectations in real life that I am here and, behind the camera? So all of those things, guys, I share that to you because wherever you are in your life, if boldness is not something that you would ever, it's just that word is foreign to you, I would challenge you this year to make a few bold moves. Bold for you. It doesn't have to be bold on the world standards, but bold for you. And that could be something as crazy as like, I'm going to go to dinner by myself, maybe there's an opportunity somewhere down this line that you're going to be like, I'm going to be confident and go out there. One reason why I started wearing red lipstick was to be confident, to exude confidence. Even if I didn't feel it, I'm going to be a girl who wears red lipstick. Look at me. You know, everyone, I believe wholeheartedly every woman should own one red lipstick, because there's something about when I put that lipstick on, I feel like I'm like, ta-ta-da-da. So that's your little message for 2019. You notice that she's got red lips on, is that we all want to be, we all want to challenge ourselves to be a little bit better than we were the year before, to be braver, bolder, to be more confident, to be more who you are in yourself, but not be afraid to be those things, not be afraid to be like, hey, this is who I am, to talk to someone instead of being lost in your book or lost in your thoughts or lost in whatever, to hello, hi to the person next to you. That can be a scary thing for some of us introverts, like just even saying, starting a conversation. So challenge yourself once a month to do something bold. Okay, let me catch up here in the chat room, which is always lagging. It's a slacker. Got to give it a little nudge. Okay. And and that's why Shay says we're going to be the red lipstick tribe. Excellent idea, Shay. Some of the things about being in like the membership is I want to have more of those type of conversations and more of those messages, whether it's like short little videos that I pop up, that's kind of like not craft related. It's about being, living our best lives, living the reset life. And every day is an opportunity to reset. You wake up, you've reset. You have a chance to fix it, to do it better, and to live your life in a more bolder way. Bold by your standards. I'm not trying to put, you have to be like everybody else. Of course not. You need to be you. But I'm saying we all know when we're all stuck in our little comfort zones. We just do. You know it and I know it. So there's times where you might want to be like, oh, I'd rather stay home. But then if you pushed yourself out and I'll go out, I'll do that thing with my friends, you might have one of the best times ever that you'd be like taking pictures. I'm going to memory keep that in my Crafty book because there's memory keeping pages in here. So even saying yes to something, make friends with an extrovert. Maybe that's one of your goals this year. Find an extrovert, because extroverts are fabulous at finding fun things to do and coming up with fun things to do. And life is never boring around an extrovert. It really isn't. You guys are fabulous. What would we do without you? So all the extroverts, mwah, thank you. Thank you for adopting us introverts, because a lot of you guys do. And it's just wonderful. As long as you can understand that our awkwardness or us saying no to things a lot is not personal about you. It's our anxiety about the situation. Oh gosh, then I'm going to have to make small talk. Then I'm going to have to, what am I going to wear? And then where am I going to stand? I mean, it can be the dumbest stuff that we fixate over, but it's true. So, those are all the, sorry, try to get it to go. So that I can be caught up. Okay. And Patty says, luckily, my kids are extroverts. Patty, my daughter was an extrovert too. She's the most extroverted kid. It was anguish for me. I didn't understand extrovert, introvert then. I just knew that she wanted to be out and about, and she wanted to like socialize, and it meant that I had to, because obviously I'm the parent and have to watch over her. So I was forced into those, and it just, oh my gosh. Like, why can't you just be happy in your bedroom like I was as a kid? So Mr. Crafty has just given me the time stamp that I have now been talking your ear off for 50 minutes. So we are finally going to jump in to the Crafty Club playbook. And he's going to go ahead and give us a top-down view. Okay, so you will notice here I have a couple little friends, and I wanted to show you guys something. So what I had suggested to everybody was, to do your book in a disc bound. That is my personal recommendation, based on the fact that disc binding it means that you can kind of like add things to it as you go along. Now, if that is not within your within the possibility, because of the cost of like getting a good punch, which I'll show you my punch here. I have a punch that I don't think is on the market anymore. I think this is the old Office Depot brand, Foray, and now they have the Tool, T-U-L. But this is definitely a heavy-duty disc-bound punch, and I love it. This thing is about 10 years old. It has, I've used it in good health. So, there are different brands that sell these. These are the little metal discs. This is the Circa brand, which is by Levenger. These are definitely on the more high-end, spendy side, you know, but they're metal. They're going to last forever. The paper turns so beautifully on metal versus the plastic. If that doesn't bother you, then Godspeed and use plastic discs. They are cheaper. They're prolifically available. You can buy them with coupons. Happy Planner is sold through Hobby Lobby. I think Michael's. Maybe I'm wrong about that. So you can buy the little plastic discs on Amazon. I prefer metal. I always use the metal. If I have a plastic book, I will switch it out for the metal. And to me, it's because I love them and use my books, it's worth doing. Now, the reason why I'm showing this to you is because I am going to be transferring my Crafty Club book, which I set up for the live launch. I set it up here, but I'm actually going to transfer it into a Staples Arc. This is the customizable notebook system right there, the customizable notebook system. And all that it is, and it does have plastic discs, but all that it really is it's plastic poly covers, and then take these pages, add them to these. So if you've never seen the transferring and maneuvering of the paper, opportunity to see that. Basically, where I'm taking my Crafty Club, I'm going to add some of my my Reset Your Health. I know what I did with it. This is the Reset Your Self-Care. Really, these are big rose gold rings. Here's the larger ones. These are like 1.5 inches, and I think these are the inch 1.5 inches. So you can see the difference. So once your book starts getting really thick, you'll definitely be scaling up in size, which is really nice that you can do that. Now you can also just punch it and put it in a regular 3-ring binder, and there is nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing. Okay. Okay, so the Circa ones, these ones are silver. And these are also, so you can see here's the 1.5 inches. These are Levenger. Now I know that these are probably the most expensive is the Levenger brand. They're crazy expensive. And then you can see that this notebook came with these little 1/2 inch guys. So that's what I have on here. This is the 1/2 inch. Now, I don't know if they sell 1/2 inch ones separately. This came on my Martha Stewart disc-bound planner. I just took it off. So I'm just going to take, this is going to be fun. And while I'm doing this, you guys can feel free to jump in and just start decorating. I just personally wanted to get this done, and I figure, you know what? I may as well just do it on the live, and that way you guys can actually see somebody. If you've never watched anyone before, switch up their discs, and that way, dang it, I can't get this to... Denise says we don't have great internet here in Tennessee, and girl, I agree with you. We are having the worst internet connection in Tennessee. It's really interesting to see what kind of connections we get as we move across the country. And sometimes I think, oh my gosh, this is going to be terrible connection, and then it'll be great. So it's just so weird. And we're like in Pigeon Forge, which is a very, you know, there's tons of businesses here, hotels, there's lots of stuff going on. So I would just think that we wouldn't be having an issue here. There's a lot of people here. Okay. So Mr. Crafty is saying that the buffering problem that you guys are experiencing, it's us, it's not you. It's our our connection. Thanks, Tennessee. Okay, so I personally love, love, love pulling apart paper off of the discs. It just feels so luscious. It's like, oh. And then I'm just basically removing these little guys because I'm going to start them on something else. And if some of you guys are watching me and you're horrified because I'm doing this totally wrong, and there's like a way better way to do it, and I just don't know because I tend to be kind of lazy in how I do stuff, then please let me know. I just figure this is, you know, this is how you do it. This is how you do it. What other way could there be? Pulling off these little discs. Michelle, the book is available right now in our on our website. You just asked about the Crafty Club Playbook. It is located at craftyclubplaybook.com. And you can purchase it right now. It's been out now for a couple weeks. It went live right before Christmas. Okay, so I have went ahead and put all of my gold rings on this guy right here, and now I'm gonna put these back on. Putting them on though, feel like you have to put fewer on than taking off. And see, I'm just kind of pressing the paper around each little ring, and it just kind of snaps into place. This is what you would do if you were moving big sections of your book. If you were swapping out the rings for larger ones, this is what it will look like when you guys all do this later on, because as your book grows, you'll definitely want to scale up. The other thing I like about the disc bound is I like that it doesn't really punch that deeply into your paper. When you use like a binder, you know, the holes are kind of more inset into the paper. Where I feel like the disc bound doesn't do that. It allows you to keep more of your paper, which means you have more margin to design and decorate on the inside. You know what I mean? Okay, so I got this whole thing on here. Okay, now I'm going to take off, which I should have done in the first place. I'm going to take off the clear presentation cover that I had bought originally, and I'm going to go ahead and stick one of these on here. Okay. So I have multiple, you can see I really love these covers because I have, not only do I have one for my Crafty Club, but I have one for the my Reset Your Brand workbook that I have, and then I have this from Camp Reset Your Self-Care. So I have really love, and you can tell the other benefit to these type of covers is that they go right over. So if you add tabs like I did to mine here, you can cover them safely, protect them, which I love tabs, and I will be putting tabs on this book for sure. Okay, so now I have that going on, and then I'm going to go ahead and take that little cover off. I almost set something on fire again. We almost had a Camp Reset moment. I have a little candle burning, and one of my pages, I'm not paying attention. My page of art journaling prompts almost caught on fire. Okay, so here's my little dish. This is where I store my discs in my desk drawer. They all go in here. So you can see that these little plastic guys, they gots to go. So I'm gonna leave. This is the arc brand. So isn't that the most beautiful sound ever? Listen. Oh, I love that sound so much. Okay, So I'm going to take some of this off. And sometimes what I do is I will leave these plastic discs, I will leave them on a big like chunk of paper like this for storage reasons. Just so that the paper is easily stored and not getting damaged. So I have a little set of these in one of my bins. It's a bunch of paper that's being stored on the little plastic rings since I don't like them anyway. If this is going to be something that you reach for all the time, that you use all the time, to me, if you love 32-pound paper, then you're going to love the metal disc. It's just, it makes the whole experience just even that much more lovely. Okay, so I'm getting another little section and pressing that down on. Last night, when it turned midnight, I heard so many gunshots. There was gunshots and fireworks. So, like, it was kind of funny. We're like, what the heck? I almost forgot it was New Year's Eve too, by the way, guys. I just showed you. I was so busy working yesterday. I was busy setting up things for the Facebook group. So you guys might notice today when you stepped in there that there were new conversation graphics, you know, so I was busy doing all that yesterday. And so it actually did not occur to me till about 8 o'clock yesterday night, 8 o'clock at night, that I was like, hey, it's New Year's. Okay, so I think this is enough paper. And then I'm going to add, this will be one section, is I just want to have an area for some journaling, I think. And then what I want to do is I'm either going to add my, either I'm going to add the faithful stuff to this, or I'm going to add my getting healthy. I want to have everything together. Okay. Come on. Oh. Okay. Tell me what I'm doing wrong.
What I do on mine is I just click the new messages at the bottom rather than trying to scroll.
I did that. That's what I've been doing.
And it takes you to this?
It did. That's both times that happened.
Okay, I just clicked on the hamburger at the top and it took us back to there.
Okay, thank you.
So just clicking down here.
So Megan says she's enjoying the Facebook group setup. Thank you. We have made some changes to the group as well. Another thing I forgot to mention is that we've changed it so that you can't just post willy-nilly in the group anymore. The posts need to be approved by an admin. Part of that is because we were getting so many duplicate question posts, and they were related to things like winter camp or the playbook. So we kind of slowed the roll there in the group, and we put up some places that you can ask questions or share specific things, so it kind of helps minimize the traffic, because the more posts floating around, the less you're able to actually engage and see everybody's work. And so we were trying to kind of mitigate that. So now we have more of the organization that I had in the Camp Reset Facebook group, which everybody loved. So that might be kind of, we're going to keep that in place for a while. If you request to join the Facebook group, please be aware that there are 3 questions. You must answer all 3 questions before you are admitted into the group. We're actually going to be changing those as well shortly, so that you you need to sign up for the Reset newsletter. When you ask to join the group, we ask you in return to please sign up for the newsletter. And this is mostly so that you are always in the loop, but you don't, if you miss a Facebook post, it won't be the end of the world because you'll be on our newsletter list and I can just send you one to your inbox. You'll know what's going on. So it is for your benefit to let you know. Plus, it's also your way of getting the prompts for our challenges, the free prompts, and letting you know what new collection we just rolled out. So I send out one email with all that information each month, I should say. So I try not to, to burden your inbox, but I want you to be in the loop. I want you to know what's going on. I give you all the insider information. So here we have the Crafty Club playbook. It's all ready to go. I have it inside of the covers now. It feels more substantial now that I've updated the rings. It has more paper. I've changed the covers. I'm going to put tabs on it as well. And so in the page here to put who it belongs to, here's a journaling prompt right here that you can complete. Here is a letter to winter. So this is the whole little winter spread. It starts out talking about winter. I love this idea. It's kind of a form of journaling and memory keeping. So what do you love about winter? What are you hoping to experience this winter? What are your thoughts about, what does winter make you feel like? It doesn't have to be specific to like the temperature or anything like that. It's really, think about it as a whole. For me, winter, I feel like because we're all kind of more indoors, I feel like it is like after fall, it's my second favorite season because it's like cozy. It makes me very reflective. Everything's kind of like, now I know this is not true for the entire country, but a lot of the US is covered in snow. Nature kind of hibernates. So it's kind of, to me, a more reflective time. It's more a time to kind of like get all set up for the new year. I don't want to spend part of my holidays in December setting up for my year. I want to start setting up my year in January. So you can just talk about what you hope to accomplish this season, how you feel about where you are in life. You could even cross out winter and write something completely different. This is up to you. But I set the mood to really think about winter because every season has its feeling. And I thought, I want to write a letter about winter and how much I enjoy it and what it brings to me. I get to drink hot cocoa. I get to wear my super cute slippers, my flannel jammies. Like, those are things I love. And so I'm very grateful that I get a winter. Okay, so now flipping over, this is the next winter spread, and this is about making a vision board. So here's an opportunity. You can make this be about the season. You can make, thank you very much, Mr. Crafty.
You're welcome.
Shelly says she's still waiting on her snow here in Lower Michigan. I can't believe how warm it is this winter. It's 70 degrees here yesterday. Last year, it was snowing. So it is really odd. We had a rainstorm yesterday, but we had the windows open all day. And I think we even left them open at night because the breeze was so nice. We did. So,
last winter we had 3 heaters on.
Yeah, I know, right? Last winter we were having problems with everything freezing. The temperature was so cold and snowy that we were afraid we were going to lose water because our pipes would freeze. So, the vision board is your opportunity. Like, I want to make my vision board be about my health because this year I'm going to kill it when it comes to my health. Mark my words. So I wanted to make this be about getting ready for my new fitness life. So I've been collecting, my weapons and tools, if you will. So, look at this month, look at January as an entire month of planning. Don't look at it as, I got to get it done today. Today, I want everyone to just slow their roll, take a deep breath, and just be like, you know what? I'm just going to do the very minimum I need to do in my planner just to get by like I always have. And I'm going to be very thoughtful and really think about what I want to really get accomplished, whether that is like house projects, or if you're saving up for a house, or you're going to get ready to downsize because you're empty nesting or moving into an RV like we did. Maybe you're transitioning. You're going to be out on your own for the first time. Maybe, you know, you've been served some not so pleasant resets over this last year, and so now you're about to just face things with a totally different mindset. Here's your opportunity to kind of build what you want to see your life like in this winter. In the next 3 months, what would you like your life to look like? For me, I want it to be about my health, eating healthy, moving, just really embracing that. That is my greatest goal this year, is really all about my health. Everything else, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to work on some habits that will create the outcomes I want, but this, I want it to be about my health. Then you have a page for your favorite washi and a page for you to punch whatever punches you own. Punch papers, make a little design. While I'm here, I'm just going to go ahead and finish this out because I started this the other day and I thought, you know what? I'm going to come back to this page today and make sure I finish it. So I am a creature of habit. I don't tend to change up too much what I really love. So I might have this exact same favorite washi in the spring. But I know a lot of ladies love seasonal washi. They love their wintry, snowflakey washi, and that makes their heart pound. So if you have that kind of washi, girl, you go ahead and make yourself a cute little spread with it. I am not really a seasonal person. I like the same stuff all year long. I'm actually kind of boring in that sense. I don't do super big, new, exciting things. You guys probably, I don't know. I know from like my early videos that I've done, I probably have all different. A lot of things are completely different than what I used to have, but I feel like I have them for such a long time. This is one of my favorites. Look, it's like stamping. It's like somebody's ledger. Like it has real writing in it. And like little library stamping. Isn't that so cool? I got myself new washi this year. And I am super in love with how fun this is. And I'm going to tell you this. When I go to Japan in April, you best believe it is going to be a washi extravaganza. I'm going to take an empty suitcase with me. Whoop! Oh, rats. I dropped it. I'm going to be doing a video. I'm going to be filming a video very shortly. I have like a new planner this year that maybe you guys have never even heard of this planner. So I have a new planner. I have some new journals that I'm going to be working in. I'm really excited about the new stuff that I have, and just I love fresh starts. I love starting over. I do. It's really fun. It's really weird how I'm a creature of habit, yet I love a reset. I think that's why I've moved so many times and had so many jobs, is I just love the beginning, the freshness of something. Okay, so this one's a little too close in color to that one, so I don't want it to be. This is kind of fun. It's like making a picture with washi. It's like washi artistry. I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek. Mr. Crafty ordered some samples of new washi rings, and this is this really pretty delicate baby pink. It's like a little antique kind of pink. I have to put some washi on that one. I know some of you guys are saying, Erica just said that she's she has a very favorite washi, but wants to be very careful how she uses it because she cannot find it again. And once it's gone, it's gone. How many of you guys feel that way about a specific washi? That there's one that you really love, but don't know how to replace it, and so that concerns you. Let's see here. The other cool thing too about doing a disc bound is you can pull the paper out if you want to, if you feel like the discs are in your way, you can just pull it out. Let me see here. Okay, I got that one on there. I love this one. This is, I feel that way too about I think this is going to be the cutest little ring when I get my most favorite washi on. I just love the color. The first set that we tested, they used the totally wrong shade of pink. It was not cute. Okay, another one I love is this blue one with the little white plus signs. I've ended up with a lot of washi too because when we did the physical kits, I had to buy washi for each kit, and so I would always end up with extras. That was kind of fun. Trying to find this washi. I'm basically putting this down with no rhyme or reason. I have no plans here. I'm just... I'm going to put this one up here. So Erica, I would say this one is that for me. When this one runs out, I'll never have it again. And I really love it. And I love the size of it. It's perfect for making like a little border at the top of your page. Hi, Mr. Crafty.
Hello.
I love this music. It's just so jazzy up in here.
Yeah, they can't hear it.
Okay. Did you want them to hear it?
Well, yes.
Okay.
Because you're getting lost in your creating, so then
Sorry.
there's dead air.
Sorry.
So. No, it's
I'm
all
not
right.
talking
It's okay.
because I am...
Just figured we'd give them something to listen to while you're contemplating what your favorite washi is this month. I'll see if I can hear that. Is that too loud for you? A little bit?
Nope.
Okay.
I kind of feel like I'm in a department store in a way. A really classy one. Okay. Here's another. This is probably my favorite one. I got this one I was in Italy, and it's made by MT Tape. And I bought every roll they had. It comes on, it's like a really tiny roll. It was like smaller than most MT tapes that they do. I don't know why they decide to make it a certain size. Here's another one that I bought. This is like a brand new roll. It's like a really small amount that they give you. But it's because it's this amazing, incredible washi that must cost them more to manufacture. Because it was definitely more expensive too. It kind of reminds me of the Peanuts.
Literally, I couldn't hear it at all. That microphone's working too good.
Hi, Kathy, joining us late. I looked up and just saw your little comment. I tear that one so it doesn't butt into my other washi. Uh-oh, we're closing up here. I'm running out of space in a room, so now it's got to count. Here's another favorite washi. I really like, I noticed here, just looking at this, I have definitely a theme going on with the washi I like. I love mixed media type of washi and very, like, more pale colors. Obviously, I'm not a floral girl because I don't see any florals in this. In fact, looking at all the rings I have sitting here, I don't see any, I see one floral. And I'm not even sure I would put that floral on my favorites. It's a black and white one. I think this was one of the American Crafts washies. Okay, let me get my little bitty scissors here to cut this guy. Okay, here's an oldie but a goodie, but I don't know if it'll fit here. Let me see. I think it's a little too wide. Do I have a skinnier one? Ooh. This one's... Ooh, that one's... No, that one's wide. This one's skinny, and I do like this one a lot. It's just a little black and white measuring tape one. Shelly says in Japan they have the cutest tiny washi cutters that you clip on your washi tape rolls as you're using them. Ugh, that sounds amazing. I'm in. Okay, Scrap for Therapy says it's sort of a Peanuts vibe with a subtle, sexy, relaxing twist. It's like Peanuts after dark. How's that? Okay, the grown-up side of Peanuts. All right, here's my washi page. I'm gonna pop that back in here. And then the next one is your favorite punches, which I think I'm gonna see if I can cheat a little bit on that. Let me see, because I have, oh, this is something I bought at TJ Maxx the other day. It's $4.90. It was $4.99, and it's like this perfect little box for ephemera. What else? Because you can never have too much organization for your ephemera. Ever, ever. Okay. Ooh. Okay. I have these trays in here that these are from Amazon. And I have things punched already, and I'm thinking I'm just going to use these because I'm very, very simple. I love, let me see here. I love some tabs. Ooh, I see some tabs here. Let me grab these tabs and tabs. Tabs and tags. So I actually have some stuff here that I can use for this page. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to get out of this other than it's kind of like a puzzle. And how fun is that? And I'll just kind of like, but do I want to use these tags when they would be so freaking adorable on my book? Because I would totally put this on my PlayBook. All right, I'll use them anyway because I can always punch more. I'm just grabbing stuff that I like. I don't think that it has any rhyme or reason. I have my cloud punch here is represented. Represent. I have a fun little banner punch. I have my hexies. think the clouds are good here. Oh. Ooh, I like that. This is my favorite color combination of all time, pink and orange, which is why you guys see it so much in all of the Reset Girl stuff, is because I'm obsessed with it and I can't quit it. No matter how hard I want to, you know, incorporate other types of things, I just can't do it. I love it way too much. Okay, so we got some circles going on. That's kind of fun. And I got some tabs. Maybe I'll just put a tab at the top of the page and that'll be my tab. Ooh, here's a tag. So I have no purpose behind any of this other than just, don't forget to pack your lunch. Other than just to make a, let's see, what do you call it? Like the same thing I did with my washi, where I'm just making a collage, like a, is that the right word? I think that's the right word. A collage. A collage. A bevy of options. Okay. This is from the Fresh Start collection. It says Fresh Start, which is nice. So, okay. So like that. Then all I have to do is glue it down. Boy, that took the longest time ever to finish that sentence. Because I'm getting lost in my head, as all good introverts do. I'm just having so much fun being blissful with my jazzy music. It makes me feel quite sophisticated. It's classy crafting is what it is. And that should probably be the name of our new craft show. Because everything has to have a name in my world. You can't just be like, hey, I'm going to go live. No, it needs to have a name. Classy crafting. Okay, I'm going to cheat and use some of these circles. Technically, it's not cheating though, Corey. Ooh, and also, I have a little punch that makes these adorable little teardrops. Hello. Those would be cute. I forgot about this guy.
China, walked till my feet were sore. Came home to Carolina and found my love next door. Well, what do you know? I didn't have to travel the world. Yeah, what do you know? To find a brown-eyed man for a blue-eyed girl. What do you know? Somehow all that I longing for was found right.
These teardrops are like ridiculous cute. I am in love. Okay, so I'm gonna start gluing stuff down since we're at that point. I'm gonna change my glasses. I need my readers, which I don't see those. And I think once I get everything laid down, then it would be kind of fun to like kind of maybe, I feel like I want to doodle or stamp or do something to it. Like it's not finished. Okay. Using my favorite glue. Don't forget to pack your lunch. That was a cute little song. Okay, now we're going to get some glue on that. I use one of my big giant word strip stickers on this. Like right now, I can't wait. Not another minute more. Okay, so I'm gonna put this little that one on there. I love putting tabs at the top of my pages so much. The more tabs, the best, the better. And also, I'm going to use a different size word strip on that one because it's smaller. Oh, actually I think this is on sticker paper. Is it? It is! I love when I have things punched, like printed on sticker paper, and then you punch it out. It's so fun. Okay. Strip on this one even though it's going the other direction, just because it's still fun. Okay, so let me flip that around. I'm gonna make this one kind of coming off the I'll do that last. I was about to flip the page up to trim that. The rest of it would have slid right off. I'm glad I thought that one through. Sometimes I do not. Hi, Miss Esther. Hello, hello. Marissa printed some of the Focus collection on the clear sticker paper, and she said it is gorgeous. I do not even have my act together that much that I have printed the Focus collection out yet. Not terrible. But I was doing winter camp stuff, so I feel like I'm not getting to play as much because I'm having to do some adulting. So this is my play day. I have today off, just like you guys do. Okay. And I love that this particular little cloud says "Life You Love," like right in the center of my paper. I couldn't have planned that better if I tried. Okay, I just wanted to double check to make sure I have, if maybe I want a different cloud. I have different clouds to choose from here. Melissa, well, thank you very much. But Melissa says she has got the Focus collection printed out on glossy paper with her laser printer, and now she is busy cutting. B is needing help with resizing her how to do that. You know, B, there's a post in the Crafty Club that is for people who have questions about the playbook. You might want to post your question there. Oftentimes club members come through and they help each other out because they've done it themselves. I know quite a few girls have resized their book and made it like happy planner size, which is possible. But you might be able to get some help there. I would not be any help to you because I did not resize it. And I assume that when you resize it, you probably are going to have to trim it. Which is probably why I don't generally resize it. Because I don't want to trim it. But I can see why people like it. I just know that when you resize it smaller, some people have said that it does give you less room to write in certain areas. I think with the little gratitude boards, that would be true. I am really digging this music right now, you guys. Okay, so I believe I have Yes, everything has been glued down. So when I thought up these prompts of like what we could do in this book, and I came up with like, you know, do your favorite punches. This is pretty much what I imagined that I would do with it, is that I would just kind of make some kind of collage of my punched paper. Although I don't know that I thought about using the stuff I had already punched. I probably imagined that I was going to start fresh. But this is fine too. I think I'm going to use some of my word stickers and put them on the shapes. And also I grabbed these from Staples. Believe it or not, they had some thickers and they were like the gold glittery ones. So I might use a thicker, or I'm going to pull out this huge chunk. Look at all these old, I have tons of Reset Girl stickers in here. All different types, all different kinds. I just have like a whole menagerie of them. Let's see here. What do I got going? I got some honeys, but none of them are fit for the sizes of shapes I have left here to work with. I have some, look at these cute little Sammies. This is from the Grateful collection, oh so long ago, with some of the Whimsy arrows, which we turned around and had those like professionally printed. So these are like the cardstock type. Here, I'm going to put that there. Don't forget to pack your lunch. I'm just going to put some random stickers around. Whoop. Okay, technically this isn't a punch, but since no one's going to check my homework, I'll allow it. Trying to find a cute little place for that sticker. Okay, so I got some of these. I got some honeys. These are from, like I said, these are all from like old collections. When we went back to the house over this fall, I just grabbed stuff out of the bins and just grabbed all kinds of things that I could craft with. I'm like, I don't even care if they're from last year. I didn't really use any of this stuff when it was available. I was too busy, you know, planning the next kit, the next collection. So I feel like I never really got to stop and enjoy. Wow, these are Meaningful has always been like my very favorite collection, I think. I just have such a heart for the Meaningful collection. It's just by far and away so cute. I'm looking at it now going, aw, I love this stuff. Okay, this is definitely more fun now that I've got some other things going on here. How about a word strip from here? Ooh, that's good. My Fresh Start collection and my Meaningful collection are finding each other here. It's a new day, fresh start. And these birds, oh my gosh, the birds from the Meaningful collection, are you kidding me? Ugh, these were my favorite. Especially this guy. Okay, I feel like I need... Look how cute Sammy is here, throwing up her little arms with the little... Oops. I keep forgetting where the camera is. Okay, so here we have what I perceive to be an opportunity to do some extra embellishing. But we shall see. So my favorite little marks of all time are the little plus signs. I'm going to outline some of these. which makes these needle tip pens perfect for this job because they have such a skinny tip that they can get right up close to your punch. Do that. Let me try this one. And go bigger, go bolder. Please don't mess up. Please don't mess up. It has this big arrow on it. Okay, so what if it was like more of like, now it's like deliberately messy. I don't hate that. Jo says meaningful is also her favorite collection. And Elena says it's her first time here and she loves this. It's so relaxing. Well, thank you. I'm glad you were able to join us. For all of you guys who are joining us live for the first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is pretty much what I do. Although sometimes I will admit I don't get as crafty as I'd like because I get more chatty and it ends up being the late night chatty club. So this show was meant to showcase our fun little Crafty Club book, our Crafty Club playbook, which is available in our store. It's available at the craftyclubplaybook.com. Mr. Crafty made a very special little URL to make it really easy for you guys to jump on and grab it. When the next playbook comes live, the spring edition, it will be available there as well. I actually have some new washi. It's all, look you guys, it's still in its packaging even. Why? Because I was planning on doing a live video and going, look at all my, you know, like they do like a haul or an unboxing or whatever, which I love. I don't know what it is. I love watching stuff like that, but then I don't really do it myself. And I thought, you know what? I want to start doing stuff like that. I love watching videos like my favorites, and I have favorites. There's all kinds of stuff that I favorite that maybe you guys would be interested. Things that are craft related. Sometimes like I find like really fun stuff because I like finding things that are different. I do not do shopping at like mainstream places like Hobby Lobby or Michael's. Like I rarely shop in places like that, and I like finding fun stuff, like really unusual stuff. Somebody gave this to me. This is from my friend Angela. That's who gave this to me. My sweet friend Angela sent me a little care package, and this fun little washi was in it. But I need to find a space for it. Maybe I can pop this little guy off and rehouse him. I need to find him a new home. Ooh. And he kind of tore up the paper there. That was his revenge for being rehomed. It's like, I'll go, but I'm taking some of this paper with me. Okay, so I'm gonna glue him somewhere else. I don't want it up there though, because there's already something dark up in that corner. These little teardrops are so stinking cute. I'm totally in love with them. Let me see if I have any more in here. I punched a whole bunch of them, but I do not. You may be wondering, where is my ticket punch? That is an excellent question, because I don't have any tickets represented on this page. And I bet you anything it is put away right now down below. My Fitbit just was warning me that I have 131 steps to go this hour, which I find that funny because I haven't been walking at all this hour. So I think it's like tracking how much I'm moving my arms around, because that is not As we can all tell, I've been sitting here the whole time. Okay. I just think these teardrops are adorable. They are so much fun. I'm just putting them on in randomy ways. Like, I just punched a bunch of different paper. Like, none of it matches. But it's fun filler. That's for sure. Okay. I'm waiting for the right project for this little blue shoe. One day it shall happen. Okay. I think we're done with the putting down of pieces. So, at least those type of pieces. So I'm going to just put down some stickers because I can. Okay. Oh, I know what I want. I want to put a word sticker on this little cloud right here. Shay says that she wants to put a piece of washi. I assume you mean right here. All right. Well, I don't want anybody to be distressed. Those of you who are anxiously looking at that little white space. So I am going to be a team player, and I'm going to put some washi down there because actually this fun little washi here is a nice little pop of color. There we go. I do need my little scissors. Oh, Mr. Crafty says under the black washi too. Okay. Okay, so apparently there's another spot here that's bothering the group. Okay, so which... I do love this one. I really like geometrics more than florals, I think. But then again, florals and geometrics, I just don't think I've met a floral that I like. I think that's part of the problem. Okay, all right, everybody. We can all relax. There's no more empty spaces creating anxiety here. Okay, there we go. Putting my little washies away here. Okay, is that better? Ooh, I have more teardrops up here. I didn't even realize that. I think that looks fun. See, you can tell what kind of like color palette I'm really into. I just really like lighter colors because when I finish decorating, everything feels like I don't generally go for bold in the decorating that I like. I really like the softer colors. which I figured out after doing this enough times. I'm like, hey, I see a pattern here every time I do this. Okay, so I'm going to add some little doodly stuff. Which actually, I wonder if I could kind of do doodly stuff here. I am gonna get wild here. It's gonna get all crazy. I'm gonna attempt. Ooh, sorry, my head. My big old head is in the way. I have this one stamp set that has these cute little stars. So I'm gonna just stamp a couple of them. Let me see. Is this gonna be easy to do or hard to do? And, ooh, not that color. Okay. Okay, so I usually stick with two colors when I stamp, black coal and branch bark. And I do have one called Old Coal. I think we're gonna lose our neighbor. I think they're moving out. He's got the plug.
Too bad the other one doesn't leave. They're right in your view. Make sure the speaker doesn't run out of power. And I don't mean you.
This speaker is going strong, sir. Even without nourishment. Okay.
Do you need anything, sweetie?
I'm good.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm trying to, if I go back over it with my black pen, then I like it better. I want to make it look like a little bit like it was hand. So what happens if I just do it like that? Is that easier? That's probably easier than stamping it, since I don't care about it being perfect or anything. Okay, so we've got stars and plus signs. Dots. When you do like little doodly things, it's kind of fun to bring it down onto the die cut itself. So I don't know how many of you guys read through the entire newsletter that I sent out the other day, the Reset Girl Insider, but we just announced the cruise for 2019. It's going to be in August, and it's a West Coast cruise, which a lot of people had requested to do a West Coast sailing. So it's in August, and you can get more information about it on craftydestinations.com. I am super excited for it. I had so much fun at the last cruise. That pajama party, the little all-girls pajama party was so much fun. That was probably the most extroverted I think I've ever been in my entire life. But it's going to be a lot of this, hanging out together, having crafting sessions. We're going to do like more crafting sessions than we did last time even. It's a longer sailing. It's a 7-day cruise, so that's more fun times to do together. I think that Paula and I both wanted to do a 7-day cruise because when we were getting off the boat, it's like, oh man, I wish this cruise lasted longer. I wish that we could do this even longer. And I don't know. I don't usually get, being so introverted, I'm usually like, okay, I'm ready to go home, but I could have totally handled another couple days. It was so much fun. So if you are, there you go, Mr. Crafty posted it in the chat. So there's the Crafty Destinations cruise. Link is up for you guys. Elaine says, I danced all night. I did. I was on that dance floor the whole time. I wanted to be a good role model it was my idea to have that dance party, and I was like, see, and I can't sit down when I made such a big deal about how we should all be up dancing. So I danced, but it was so fun because people brought their craft supplies. Like, we were in a private disco and they brought their craft supplies, and so it was like the most fun dance party you've ever been to, because who gets to bring craft supplies to a disco? Who, you know, and have our own dance floor and our own like little signature cocktails and just have so much fun together and not feel judged or weird because I'm like sitting here watching everyone else instead of crafting. Like that, instead of dancing. That's what introverts do. You know, we do tend to watch others, and in general, a lot of us are like that. So here was a situation in which that was all embraced. When do you get to live life like that, you know? Okay, this is fun. So we had over 100 ladies on the last cruise. It was 100 and I want to say 110 girls came, and some of them brought their husbands, and it was a lot of fun. So this is a really good time for you to like hit up your girlfriends, talk them into coming with you. I'm going to be doing some showing some crafting ideas that are on the simpler side, because I generally feel like sometimes people that come I'm not a super complicated crafter. I don't teach techniques or anything like that because that's just not who I am. I try to be very approachable in what I do, because for the most part, most of us, this is all we have time for, you know, in the reality of most people's lives. The average person that's interested in crafting, this is about how much effort or time that you really want to give it. If you have like a more dedicated craft space and you are a dedicated crafter and you could pull out all your paints and all that good stuff, that's awesome. But chances are, if you are like that, you tend to be, you know, watching other people who have lots of videos and lots of like training their teachers. I feel like I'm just kind of like more like you guys. I'm like just kind of more of an average crafter. I'm not talking about skill. I'm just saying in terms of like how much I actually do it, just sort of on the average side of things. And then I just really like to share my ideas with you and because I like to do simple. So I want to share simple with you so that you can be like, oh, I can do that. I can do that in front of the TV with the kids. I can do that with the kids. I can do this. A lot of times we tell ourselves we can't do something because we compare ourselves to other ladies, and then we don't ever try it or do it. And that's what I love, is like trying to talk to those women. Yes, you can do it. I held myself back from doing all of this for so long. And that's kind of like my approach. I don't consider myself to be like a big craft teacher, so to speak. I know a lot of people have a lot of like techniques they'll show you, and like, here's how you do some stamping, here's how you do some layering, where I'm going to be, you know, So Denise is asking about, okay, Denise is actually Thomas. That's her super secret YouTube name. So on YouTube, it looks like it's Thomas, but really her name is Denise. Because I actually wrote that down because I saw you say it. But I'm missing what the question was.
What does her husband do while she's crafting if he goes with her?
Oh, okay. So Mr. Crafty was answering Denise's question. She said, well, what would my husband do? Holy smokes, you guys. There is so much on a cruise to do. I had no idea how much stuff there is to do. Your husband will be entertained. Even if he chose to stay in the room the whole time, he can have room service brought to him. But they have like an adult pool that away from the kids that you can kind of like lay out by. They have bingo, the casino. They have shows during the day. They have movies. You can watch a movie in your room if you don't want to, you know, go out too much. The truth is that Mr. Crafty and I, even on a cruise, we are pretty content to be in our room. So like that just shows you. So, but if you guys are a lot of people need to feel like they have someone to travel with, which is why a lot of husbands got talked into it. But I think if you asked the husbands that they had a good time. They went with us to do things like karaoke. We all had dinner together. In the evenings, they went on the excursions with their wives during the day. So during the crafting sessions, I don't think I saw any husbands, except for maybe mine. But that was like, you know, that's understandable. But they, that's not true. And I just think about that. Actually, the husbands did come to my actual workshops. Like when I was speaking, they were there. I saw lots of husbands. But during the other sessions where it was just us hanging out together, just crafting in the private dining room, then they were nowhere to be found. And they were probably all having a great time. So do not worry at all that your husband will not have something to do, because that is absolutely not the case. There is just it's almost like, oh my gosh, how do I get to experience everything? And the ship that we're sailing on this time is an even bigger ship. It's the I think it's the, is it the Splendor? I'm not unsure. Each ship is different. It's the Splendor. Okay. Oh. I can see it. Patty's asking if anyone goes on the cruise solo or does everyone bring a spouse or friend. Patty, tons of people came solo. You can totally come solo. Paula has a little questionnaire that you guys fill out to help you get matched with your little soulmate roommate, because it's double occupancy, so you share a cabin with somebody. But I'm going to tell you this. I was really amazed at how many people said, you guys just hooked me up with like my best friend for life. I can't believe the luck I got and who I got. So, so please don't feel like you can't come if you don't have someone to go with. There were many, many people who came alone and they were matched. And then some people did bring their spouse. Some people brought a friend. Some people brought, like I had my mom come and my aunties came. So, it's all different who shows up. And is Miss Paula is Miss Paula with us? So if you were on the fence about going last time, I can assure you, I can tell you with full confidence, it is probably the most fun experience I've ever had. I just had such a blast with everybody, and I just think everybody was having such a great time. It was so wonderful. Gina, the departure city this time, I believe, is Long Beach. But I would ask you, but click the link and you can see all of the details. Paula sets up a really great package, and so there's more than just a cruise you get out of it. You get time with me, classes with me, private crafting sessions, a private dance party. So there's like stuff that you get that you wouldn't get ordinarily with just, you know, buying a ticket on a cruise. It's a whole thing. You get a t-shirt. There's movie nights where you can watch movies under the stars on the deck. That was something I had a really good time. They even pop popcorn for you. Okay, so here we have the listing pages. And so this kicks off the January section. Oh, so I just lied to you. This kicks off the January section. So you have your coloring page with your Honeys, which I started coloring her. Then you have your documented page, and this is where you would spend time documenting what you did in January. So whether you're, recording things that you're watching. So I'm just going to fill this in right now because I know for a fact this is what I'm going to be doing. We just signed up for YouTube TV. I don't know if any of you guys have it. We don't have cable because we obviously are in an RV, so we travel all the time. But YouTube TV basically gives you that same kind of cable package where you can watch network television. You can watch it live, or you can watch like episodes. So that means I get to watch things I don't normally get to watch, which I do have kind of a crush on Dr. Phil. So I like to watch some of his episodes. I love Dateline and 48 Hours. I just do. I always have. So that gives me an opportunity to watch those shows because all I have is Netflix and Hulu and Amazon, which are not really set up for network TV. So YouTube TV came out and it's like, oh, and now I'm discovering all these shows. I know it's a horrible waste of my time, but in the evening, it is kind of fun to catch up on some of the episodes I've missed. And Celia says I sounded like I was doing a seance. Is Miss Paula with us today? It does not appear that Paula is with us, which is so...
Said she's flying to London. She was on earlier.
Oh, so Miss Paula is jetting off to London. Paula, I don't know if any of you guys know this, but Crafty Destinations, which does all of my event planning and coordinating and hosting, she is is Miss Paula Gresham, and she is a airline attendant. So she has been flying a lot of international flights lately and having a super awesome time. She's gotten to go to like Tokyo twice. She went to Australia twice, and now she's off to London today. How funny. So Kimberly says that she came solo and she made a best friend for life, and she is an animal doctor. She has a horse, and I'm a city gal, so that blew my head. Miss Kimberly, now I got you, because usually on the Facebook it's KN, and now you are fully revealed, girl. So yes, now I know which Kimberly you are. That was super fun. You were so fun on that cruise, girl. You gave me one of the best memories of my life, dancing to Girls Just Want to Have Fun in the piano karaoke bar. That was so much fun. Okay. Speaking of so much fun, I'm having so much fun in my book. So here I'm going to be recording like what I'm currently doing this month, what I'm obsessed with. This is all because of things I wanted for my own memory keeping. I get obsessed with things, whether that's like snacks or maybe it's a lipstick, maybe it's going somewhere. There's just certain things that I get like a little thing in my head where I'm just like, I really can't stop doing this thing. So I wanted to have something in here to record that. And then here are trackers. So you can track how often you got your Crafty on. I had already filled this in for the first, which was obviously premonition because I didn't know I was going to do this Crafty day today. And then I'm going to record how I got my, let me turn this down because I feel like I'm competing with this guy. How often you got your self-care on. And then you can make up 2 more trackers, make up something yourself if you want to record something. Or, okay, I keep getting Christmas songs and I feel like, doesn't it feel weird to listen to Christmas songs in January? Okay. Mr. Crafty's going to come to my rescue. Okay. So my wins. So these are things that I just killed at this month. For me, one of my wins would be like being Crafty every week, like being on that. So that's for sure something I want to do. Deborah just says that she loves YouTube TV. If you guys, she says she got rid of cable and saved over $100. So YouTube TV is like $40, and
you essentially get 5 DVRs because you can link.
And you can have 5
accounts.
DVRs in your account. So like one for each, for you, your hubby, your kids, everybody has their own little, you can set up recording on it, and it's all through, so we have Apple TV, huh?
Yeah.
So we have Apple TV, which is how we access it. But I think you can do the same thing. You can access it through like a smart TV too, if you have one. But the YouTube TV is awesome. I really like it. For the most part, a lot of the shows have really, they cut out the commercials still, so you don't have to listen to all the commercials. Depends what show you watch, but it's really cool that you can watch it live, or you can, back it up if you catch a show late. So I'm noticing quite a few of you are saying, yeah, I have it. Yeah, we are in love. I'm definitely loving it. Bye, Miss Jamie. You can always watch the replay and catch up to where if you're leaving us, you can often watch the rest of it on the replay. Just jump onto my YouTube channel, The Reset Girl, and you guys can finish watching. Stephanie says she often watches 48 Hours on her commute. I love the 48-hour shows. Okay, so here we have the events section. So you can look at this two ways. Events are places that you can go. Like, let's say you went to Disneyland this week, or I actually left the RV and went to Dollywood, which apparently isn't not going to happen, but let's just say I would record that. Like this month I went to Dollywood, or I went to the mall. I mean, small wins, guys. For some of us introverts, just like, I went grocery shopping. But anyway, so events could be like places you went to. It could also be things online. Like I did a workshop. I did a webinar, something you attended, like today. Like I did the late night, not the late night crafty club. This is just a crafting session around the book. So you could also write that down. As I did today, the Crafty Club Playbook event. Here's your thoughts about January. Just doing some simple journaling on what January was like. So this is going to be your fun little documenting your life for January. So super simple, mostly listy. You guys know how much we love lists around here. Speaking of, you flip the page. Now you have a whole spread of listing for your January. So this goes into more detail. If you have I assume these are categories that a lot of us kind of experience. So what I love about January, what's on your wish list. So this can be going places, buying something, doing something. That wish list could be anything. It doesn't have to be specific to like an item, but it could be, even just going and doing something, having a date. What is making me happy this month? So that could be a variety of things. Spending time with friends, watching the late night crafty club. I don't know, any of those things. Reading a book. You got time to sit down and read a book. Things that you crafted this month. Here's your list of things that you actually worked on. So you could write, I did my playbook washi page this month. I made a card for my friend. I did my Lister's Got a List. I did a week of Lister's Got a List. Those are things you could put here to read or watch. So this is more about something you want to do. So, or you could just take the two and what you read or watched this month. So either way. I often lose track of all the different things that I want to watch, or something someone told me, like, oh my gosh, this movie was so good, you should watch it. So that's kind of what I planned on doing here. Also putting down things I want to read. I've not been reading as much as I used to, so I want to do more of that. So I would list that here. Self-care. I do not want you guys forgetting about your self-care just because we're not at Camp Reset. So here's a little place for you to record, what you actually did for self-care. This counts, you guys. Spending time in your playbook and doing this is self-care. Okay, it doesn't have to be that you did got a massage or your nails done or did a beauty routine. It can be just that I got crafty. I crafted for an hour this week. So that can count too. Self-caring could be you did your food prep so that you had healthy lunches for the week. Self-care can be buying yourself like a new fancy tea so that you can enjoy an exquisite cup of tea in the evenings before you go to bed. So self-care can be small things. You know, I went to bed early. I turned the TV off 2 hours before bedtime, and then I just like had quiet time in my room with my tea and a book. I set the stage for me to have peace and have like my mind be at peace. I deliberately made myself go to bed early. That's called self-care. So those are all things you could list there. And then here's your bingo, because I love a good bingo card. So this bingo is designed to kind of, it's kind of like prompting you to do things in your book. So one thing on here is like posted in the club. So here is an invitation to take a picture of your completed page, and I'm going to do it right here, you guys, right here in real time if I can find my phone. So I'm going to knock out that posted in the club. Okay, so I am taking a picture, and I'm going to go. I have actually never done this ever in the history of evers, but I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to go to the Crafty Club. You can see how slow my internet Wi-Fi connection is, because it's going to take forever. You guys just get comfortable while you wait for my Facebook to come up on my phone. Okay, so here we go. Here's the poll that I mentioned to you guys, that I asked for everyone to participate in and give me your feedback if you are involved in the Crafty Club, because it gives me an idea of what you guys want to see. Here's today's event. And I'm looking for the post that says, here's your ask your playbook questions here. So if you guys have any questions about the playbook, ask them there, including printing, resizing. Here's, did you know that we have 60 words for the year in our shop? 60. So that's a lot. So you can print that out and put that on your vision board, your planner. Still looking. This is why... Boy, this is going to be embarrassing if I try to find this post and I can't find it while I'm sitting here on a live. Okay, so one thing I noticed, this is something I noticed lately, that if I refresh my screen, it'll bring stuff up. It's so weird. I don't know why it does that. Share what you made during the Crafty Club Playbook event here. So I can share it here, and I can share it. Hang on, there's another place to share it too. I swear there is. There's another post in this group. See, you guys, this is why Facebook frustrates me. There's one that says share your playbook pages. Oh man, this totally serves me well. Like I'm sitting here. Okay, I'm going to save it. I'm going to share it here. Okay. Oop. That's not what I meant to do. How do you do your picture? Look, Deb, there's your little thing. There we go. It would help if I'm not going to take the time to reorientate the picture. Orientate the picture. Okay. Okie dokie. So, but what I'm trying to say is there's a graphic like this, but it's for the playbook, and it says share your playbook pages here. Oh, my Lanta. Facebook, I love you. Okay, so there's the words alive. Share a peek into your life. Share what you made. Here they are. Here it is. Why has it got to be so hard? Okay, there we go. Okay, so this is everyone sharing what they've been making, and I'm going to go ahead and share my spread too. There we go. Okay, so now you guys have seen it. I have witnesses. I get to knock that off my bingo. where is my pens? Okay, I'm going to use my little markers to do my highlighting. This is like my little mobile desk. All my little desk supplies are in here. So I'm going to color this in. I posted in the club. What? Ooh, and I shared a spread. I did that. Yes, I did. I have a crafty session here, which I'm going to say today was a crafty session, you guys. I like brought it, right? I even went live. So I'm going to take that. What else do I got? Colored. No, I didn't finish her dress. Listed, didn't do that. Layers. Journaled, washied. Ooh, I washied. See what I'm saying, you guys? This is set up to help you have some place to start and feel accomplished. I mean, I want a bingo. I want a blackout. This is what I'm going for. So now, you know, when you complete things in here, so if you do any of your lists, that's a listed. Or you could, this even counts, in my opinion. If you finish that, that's listing. Documented. If you do anything here in this page, that's documenting. So I washied and I had a craft session. I technically layered here, but I'm not going to get too greedy. That's a lot. Plus I put stickers down, but I don't know. I think I'm going to just, I don't want to get too greedy. Because this has to, let's see. I think you get a bingo sheet. Sorry, went too far back there. I think you get a bingo every month. So the other fun thing I get to do this month is help Sammy reach her goal. So I get to do this fun little maze. And then here is your gratitude spread. So here's where you can record something you're grateful for every day. That's what this little message here says. And I'm going to write down, I'm grateful for my amazing community and how they've changed our lives. Okay, so this is, to me, this, I don't write super large, and but I know some people do. I think personally, what I have found is that when you use a pen that has a very skinny little tip, I feel like it helps you write smaller. So if you are kind of a larger writer, you might feel a little bit more comfortable if you have use a pen with a needle tip. So whoop whoop, see, look, everybody's posting their stuff in the group. How fun is that? And it's under week 1, January 1 through 7. So all week long, you post your pictures in this post so that we can see your fun stuff. And then for listers, we have a post too. Show us your lists, January 1 through 7. And then so every single week, there will be a new post in the group for you to do that. And you saw how I found myself. I just typed up Corey because that's who posted it. But it's just weird how Facebook doesn't let you see everything. It's just so funny.
Click the hamburger and sort it by newness or something like that. The bottom right.
That. Okay, so anything you make during this live, go ahead and share in this post too, because it's really fun to go back and see the stuff you guys are working on while I'm chit-chatting. There's Miss Candy and her luscious listing layouts that she did. And then, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but we have a post in the group for you to share, like, what is your setup this year? What have you got going? Show us your planners, show us your journal, show us your craft space. Whatever you set up for this year, we would love to see it. I know I would. I'm going to be doing a video, like I said. I'm going to show you. I'm going to give you guys a peek at something. Explain the blank bingo. Oh, Miss Betty, the bingo spaces are not blank. This was a prototype print. We darkened the ink after this copy got made, but this is really light. It says stamped and it says paint. But on your copy, it would be darker and you can see it more clearly. I just noticed once we printed it, I was like, oh snap, this needs to get darkened up. So your version wouldn't, sorry, I wasn't even showing you the page right there. So right here and right here, mine look like they're blank, but they're not. The words are very light. You guys got your copy is fixed. Same here. You guys can barely see that. I can tell in the video that they're not really there, but they're there. It's just super, 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 super faint. See it? Ever so faintly. So, but I can see it. But yeah, that's why I was like, hold the presses. Fix that copy. Okay, so now I got my Grateful on. I have some memory keeping. I kind of put a few pieces down during the live event when we launched this, so they're sitting here. This was from the cruise when I was making I was laughing at how silly I felt posing with my book, trying to look like a teacher. So here's this. And then we have my very first journaling prompt I put up. So your book comes with a sheet of prompts like so. And you can use, these prompts are good for, they're good for the entire season. So they're good for all of winter. So you can pick or choose. There's more than you need in case some of them you didn't like and some of them you connected with more than others. I definitely wanted to do a spread for for the year. I also, I love the idea of doing the forgiveness one, what life looks like. Stamping, because in Glitter Girl for sure. So I feel like there's a lot of like, these ones are good. And then one, which ends up being my word. But I think when we made this, I don't know that it was my word yet. So that's kind of funny that it ended up being there. But one is kind of like the beginning of January. It's like the beginning of the first of. So that could be a great spread to do in your art journaling for this month. So you'll notice that I cut it out here and I pasted it in this little rectangle. You have one up here for this spread. Sorry, not spread, for this page. And then you can do one down here for this page. And then you have another set here. So there's a total of 4 that you do. There's a total of 2 that you do per week, okay? If you look up here, they say January and then week 1. And then you're going to do another set for week 2. And then another set for week 3. Another set for week 4. I felt like you guys, like 2 per week was more than enough, because I know that for a lot of you guys, you're just super busy. I don't want you to feel defeated to have so much to do each week. So this was like, for you guys that are very much make this a part of your life and you're determined, then you have plenty of content to work with. And then here comes February and we start all over again. We have new honeys to color in, new lists to fill out. This month we will have a word search, which is going to be hard. I'm going to tell you that right now. This is going to be a hard word search. And then you have your grateful spread for February, which are these adorable little coffee mugs. Then you have your memory keeping spread. Page. Page and page here. And then again, your art journaling. So there's week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and then March starts. And then here's your March documenting, listing. And then this time you have the bingo, but you have this awesome You've Been Tagged page, which I am like ridiculously obsessed with this. I can't wait. I'm going to make myself wait till March. But this is for you to like decorate these tags. And I had so much fun like snipping the pieces so that they would fit in there perfectly and look like I had made a tag and glued it down. So I just love that. You're going to be able to decorate tags, put quotes on them, honeys on them, magazine clippings, stickers, whatever you want. Paint them up. This month we're going to be doing our little acorns for our gratitude, and they are all numbered, so you have 1 per day. And then here are the 2 pages you have for your memory keeping, and then you go back into doing your art journaling, and then it comes to an end, and then we will have spring will be available. So I hope that is super exciting to you, that you have this fun new activity book to work on in the Crafty Club. And this just gives all of us kind of a way to all of us kind of be on the same page. You do not have to craft with this book during late night crafty clubs or the Crafternoon with Corey sessions we haven't done yet. So that is that's going to be something that we all can kind of do together. And then look, when this is all said and done, you guys are going to have all these fun pages all filled out, and it's going to feel so, you're going to feel accomplished that you like got your crafty on, you were doing something really good for yourself. This is like the simplest form of self-care, is just doing some crafty stuff. Mr. Crafty?
Yeah.
Can you help me again? This is completely stalled. Like, I haven't seen anything move in a good 30 minutes. So I don't even know what's happening in there. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Whew. So, I don't even know what time it is. Once again, I'm just working willy-nilly. Let's see, 3:30. So it has been, I started at 1, so it's been 2.5 hours.
Uh-huh.
Okay. It'd be helpful if I had the thing back, and then I can do that. Thanks, honey. Okay, so let me clean up something I just wanted to... get. So this Crafty Club playbook, there's different ways that you guys could kind of challenge yourself. This is a great opportunity to try and challenge yourself to use up your stash. You know, put things that you don't normally use or reach for your planner that you can grab and put into this. You can challenge yourself to use some of the printables in the store if that's not something you've tried yet, because the printables coordinate so beautifully with this if you are a girl who likes to coordinate things. Generally, I really love the same kind of color palettes. You'll notice that I don't kind of go stray too far away from the same type of colors. And that kind of ends up being a great thing, because no matter what collection you reach for, they all kind of seem to work together really well. So that can be a fun thing you challenge yourself to do. And you don't have to decorate anything if you didn't want to. With the art journaling, what art journaling is it's generally just... I'm going to show you my Camp Reset pages. In some cases with art journaling, like I just used magazine clippings and stuff to do my pages. That's a listers. Let me move to the art journaling section. So in some cases I used what was in my stash. I used vintage ephemera. I used things I printed out online. This was an ad from a magazine, and I just took that little punch and that made these adorable little teardrops, and I made her a whole skirt of them. So I just embellished a magazine ad, you know. So like that's super easy. I went on Google and a long time ago, and I have this picture of this lady with like 1 million stacks of papers around her, and I just needed to do this prompt was quote. And this was one of our stickers, and I thought, wow, that is like the perfect one for her. And I just used some of my ephemera and I threw paint on there. So art journaling in general, really for you to actually journal along with your art. I just kind of skipped that part in this case. I let the stickers speak for me. Like in this one, I just thought this was like the craziest outfit I've ever seen, and it's from Vogue. I got a free copy because it's an expensive magazine. So I just made up my own little caption. This is a page from a book, and I just stuck a flower, like an embellishment on this girl that came out of a catalog, and I glued her down onto a book page, and I just put a scripture on here. So art journaling can be very, very, very simple. And like here, I punched some paper and then I put a magazine ad girl and gave her a t-shirt with a quote on it. So this is a form of art journaling. Now, a lot of art journalers, hardcore ones, would tell you, okay, well, now you got to do the journaling. You'll notice there's a lot of white space around here. If I wanted to come back and write something about this page, what she looks like, what this feeling is, I certainly could. And then this one was a stamp it prompt. So I literally took my today's stamp and then laid this girl down on it. I thought she was really cute with her little sweater. So I went through basically a catalog and just tore out some pages, and then I made a caption for this as I was, this is like a piece of scrapbook paper, and then this is an ad. So I laid it over and then put stickers down. That's like 3 pieces right there. Boom, boom, done. So this is just to give you an example of what you can do here, what my intention was for you. It's to just be a very simple place for you to actually, like, your word for the year. Maybe you write a little bit about it and then you do some decorating. So my word is, I have 2 words actually. One is for my faith life and one is for my everyday, the rest of my life. So and that was very intentional to do it that way. So I think having a fun little place to kind of capture your word for the year and show how what it means to you and all of that is a really super fun way of art journaling. So this is what is going on in our book, and I hope that you enjoyed working in it today, if that's what you got to do. I do have a video coming up about my setup. I showed you that, show your setup, and I was starting to talk about it. So I have a couple of brand new things that I purchased. This is my new planner, which I'm going to reveal in the video that I'm going to show you what I'm up to. And then I got this journal, and it's one of 2. I actually have 2 different ones, but the other one I won't get until I go up to Nashville because it got sent to my friend's house while tomorrow we're leaving Pigeon Forge and heading to Nashville. Mr. Crafty, can you switch my camera so I'm back on camera?
Yeah.
Thank you. Ta-da! Here I am. Okay, so so the reset your setup is like, I love stuff like that because I love giving you guys the opportunity to share, like, what are you doing? Did you start with a new happy planner this year? Do you have like a ring bound? Are you in a TN? For the most part, most of us are planner girls on some level, so we are interested in those kinds of things. But this year I decided to go a different way with my whole setup, and I have like a few different things that I'm doing. I'm trying some new things. And I actually was totally determined I was going to do it this way. And then like the other day I came across this planner and I was like, I love the setup of it. So I'm totally in. And it's on Amazon, which is great because it's 2-day shipping. So I'm going to share that though. I'm going to give you the little reveal of the planner and all that. And then I bought this other one that's more of like a journal, which I'll give you a little sneak peek. So I don't know, I think it's largely due, this is my personal theory, it is largely due to the rise of the bullet journalers that you have begun to see more and more of these planners that are like this notebook style type of planner. But there's like a whole little subsection of these planners that are called journals, so like a planner journal. So it's kind of like for a different audience. I wouldn't say they're geared toward the crafty audience, which is why I was always like, oh no, I don't want to do that. I don't like book bound things. I want to be able to put stuff in it. But then time passed and I realized, Corey, you just need a planner that's like just for straight up planning, not doing any of the cute, decorating stuff, but just like really trying to keep you on track, because I struggle with planning itself. And now that I've become more, now that I have stuff like this, like the Crafty book, I don't need to do my decorating in my planner. I might throw a sticker on there every now and then, but I don't see myself needing that anymore. I have an outlet now. So for me personally, some of these were really intriguing because it's like you're able to document what you did during your day about certain things. So I am using this specifically for a very certain area of my life. And I have another one from a different company coming to me as well. So I want to show you guys my whole setup. I have a brand new Bible that I just started today. I cracked it open to do my very first reading of the year. I wanted to share, you know, here's my very first, my new reading plan that I'm using. So I have like fun stuff. I'm going to do kind of like a faithful my setup video, and then I'm going to do the rest of everything else. So I want to show you what I'm doing in my fitness, the area of my fitness, and then the crafting and actual planning, like grown-up planning for realsies. Not the kind of stuff I've been doing. I would say the last 6 months, probably, well, to be fair, probably most of this last year, I was not really in a planner at all. Believe it or not, I guess, I don't know where it got away from me. Pretty much early on into last year, it just kind of got away from me. And, I know it's terrible. I feel weird confessing that. Like I didn't actually use a planner for almost a whole year. Here and there, I wrote stuff down. I mean, to try to remember, like, oh yeah, I made an appointment that day, or I made a commitment that day. But I just basically started using my new iPhone. Like, just started writing stuff down in there, and I'm like, here I am back in. I'm a digital planner girl. So yes, it's been a shameful thing. I couldn't confess it. Just kidding. A lot of us use a hybrid of digital and analog, and sometimes it's just easier to deal with putting a reminder in my phone, because for the most part, I feel like a lot of my life is just making lists. It's not really planning in it. I'm not like an hourly by hourly kind of girl. So I just need to make a list, get it done when I can get it done, and then we're all good. So if that is where you find yourself, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. And so these planners, you know, I shared yesterday when I posted the please post here in the YouTube, you know, content ideas. I specifically said as one of the things I was willing to film about was about planning and journaling, because I'm using these, but it's non-decorating, so I'm not going to be putting paint and stickers and all that into it anymore, because I have this wonderful playbook, and I also have 2 other amazing things that you guys haven't even seen yet that are coming down the road. So I have plenty of other things to decorate in, and just the planning thing was just, yeah, I don't know that I want to go down that road again. So, but I'm very intrigued with this new planner. We've just met, so I'm not even sure if we're dating yet. It's more of a, we've met, we liked each other, made eyes at each other. It's looking good. I'm very hopeful that there'll be a second date. And, you know, what I'm truly hoping for is a long-term relationship this year. I would love to start a planner in January and actually be finishing that planner in December. That would be huge for me, because I don't think I've done that once ever in the history of my life. I think that I, like a lot of people, bounce around from different planners to different planners. Oh my gosh, the most adorable little kids are out my window. So these RV parks, there's a lot of like coming and going. So you end up with new neighbors all the time. And our neighbor next door just moved out, which actually works out great for me, because now I can actually have a view. I can see things out the window, but there's really cute kids out there, because there's a stream, as some of you know, and so the kids love to come and look at the water. People are out today because it was raining yesterday. So I'm having a hard time keeping track of what's going on in the chat room. So I'm not sure if any of you guys are listening to me, if I'm just talking to myself, because my chat room has stopped, which is making Mr. Crafty come rescue me. Thank you, Mr. Crafty. Okay, so before I depart you, are there any burning questions about anything I talked about today, which apparently you're gonna have to hold your thoughts for a second because Mr. Crafty grabbed my. Sorry, Miss.
That's horrible timing.
I know, right? I know. That's why I'm not a professional newscaster or show host.
This takes a while to load on here. I'm not sure. It's so convenient to have Facebook and YouTube on one thing, but if it doesn't,
I agree.
work,
but it seems to lag behind. It starts to say like new messages, pointing down, and I just can't get to them.
Mm-hmm.
While we're waiting for Mr. Crafty to rescue me, because I can't see anything you guys are saying, some of the things that I grabbed myself for my stocking is this came from Target, and if you guys happen to be moseying through the beauty department in Target, the Pacifica brand of, this one is Indian chai, and it is so yummy. I can just sit here and smell it, but I keep it here on my desk now because I'm always putting it on. It's so delicious.
You can use mine.
Okay, here's the chat room. Here's Mr. Crafty's little.
If you scroll slow though.
Okay. If I scroll slow. Okay.
Slow your scroll.
Slowly.
That was funny.
Okay. Denise said she didn't know that I sold planners. So yes, I did. The planner I had two of them in the A5 size, and they were a collaboration with Simple Stories, and they actually we sold them about 2 years ago. I think they came out in 2016. And so I have a light pink one that's really pretty, and then there's this really lovely like an orangey deep like a paprika kind of color.
Pumpkin.
Yes. And do you know who made the background stamps? Yes, I do. So that came from feedyourcraft.com. Feedyourcraft.com. Where's my camera? There we go. Now you can see it. Feed Your Craft. Okay. So Kimberly says, we are here. It's so weird because like there was nothing showing for the chat room, and I'm just like talking to myself. That's what it felt like. Where'd you guys go? But it's not your fault. It's our fault. There's something going on with our thing that are all floopy. So winter camp info will be coming. I recommend that you guys sign up for the Reset Girl Insider newsletter if you have not already signed up, because then you will not miss any of the announcements, any of the information. What's going to happen is we're going to roll out the TRG membership, the monthly membership. We're going to roll that out first. And you guys will know why after it happens, because it makes more sense to get that out first. Let you guys kind of like get to the forums, settle in, get used to what's going on, and then I'll release camp, and then you guys will all be together in the forums, and you can be like, oh, yay, let's do this together. So if that's what you want to do, no one has to take camp. Camp is an option. It is completely optional. The membership is optional. No one's being forced to do that. The best part about the forums is that it's a completely different experience than the Facebook group. And the Crafty Club is focused entirely on crafting and being creative, whereas the forums are going to give you guys more opportunity to talk about broader things. So now we can talk about our goals and having accountability in the group. You guys can make little groups together if you want to, like, hey, like for me, I want to know where are all the plant eaters at. It doesn't help me to be in a group with people who are doing keto or Whole30 because I don't eat meat. So I would like to be with someone who like totally gets how hard it is to be a plant eater when that's not something you've been your whole life and now you're trying to make it work. So like for me, that's what my call would be. Hey, where are my plant eaters at? Who out there is watched all those documentaries and now they're trying to, reset their health and make big changes. So like that is an example of what I would do in the forums. Is I would want to make a group with people who are in the same boat as me, and you would want to do the same thing too. You want to be in a cabin with people, and cabins are optional. Okay, no one has to have a cabin, but you would want to be in the same little group. And then when you guys get to know each other, you can add in other fun things like doing the Goalify app is what we're going to be using. And then you can kind of hold each other accountable because everyone can see their results together. So that's what we are so focused on, because that is our primary, above all else, biggest goal in life from Mr. Crafty and I, is we are going to kill it this year with our health. So that's going to be the fun thing that we're going to be working on. And what I'm thinking is going to happen is that camp will end up being something that gets launched at the end of the month, because I want to make sure to get the membership up and going. And when you guys hear me talk about the Reset Life, that is what the forums will be housed in that. And it's going to be really fun. We're going to be calling them the Fireside Forums probably, because you will notice when you come to camps from now on, you will get to interact with a little map of Camp Reset or Reset Village, all the different locations that we're going to have. And every one of them will have a little fire pit with a little ring of cabins around them, and that's going to be called Fireside. And what happens when we sit around a fire? We get intimate, we talk, we share, we laugh. It's like there's something so magical about sitting around a campfire. So that's going to be the reason why we're calling them Fireside Forums. So, and Helen asked, can you do inner goals without the forums? You certainly can. I will not be doing that in the Crafty Club. You can do that on your own. There isn't really a way to do that per se in the Facebook group, because all I'm going to be doing in the Facebook group for winter camp is what I did last time. So I will allow you guys, like I will post things to let you guys chat, but I am not, we're not supporting any more of the external Facebook groups. I don't want you guys, we want you to be part of the forums. We want you to be part of what we're offering and what we have, and we want to support that because we're going to be putting so much effort into it. So we encourage that because it's going to have the longevity of going the distance. When you guys get to December, we want you to be like, yay, I did it. So the camp, the winter camp, is really just like you guys are going to watch the material, the second Camp Reset. We're going to do live events and fun things like that, but then you're going to go home. And so it's, once you're home, well, what do I do with myself? If you can do it on your own, awesome. That's great. And a lot of you guys can. I've done it on myself. On my own. I have not always had people to work with. So that's going to be up to you. But I certainly hope that you guys would be willing to try out the forums, and we're going to make the price be so darn attractive that you'll want to. And then once you are in there, you'll have the ability to have cabins, you'll have the ability to earn badges, to get to different statuses. You'll be able to bond with people over things that you just don't get to do that in the Facebook group. It's much harder to do that. Plus, the Facebook group is going to be just about the Crafty Club experience. So my Crafty Club group is just that. Camp Reset's little group is just about self-care, and then when it's over, you know, everybody goes home, if that makes sense. So but the forums will definitely be a big part of the long term of continuing to have accountability. But you can just do the winter camp on its own and just work on your own thing. That is totally fine. Like I said, I've done that plenty of times by myself. So, and then, yes. And here's the benefit of waiting a little bit later. We just finished Christmas. We just finished all of that. You guys are getting back to norm. And I would really like what all of us to do is when we come into camp, I want all of us to feel like we're in this peaceful place and not in this anxious, oh my gosh, I'm behind. Don't feel like you're behind. We want to be slow planners, slow and steady. Picture the entire month of January being about reflecting on last year and thinking about the year ahead, so that when you come into camp, you'll be in a mindset of, okay, now I can kind of sit down and work this out, because now time has passed. I've given it some time to settle down, and that's what I'm hoping that you guys will will approach camp with, is just a sense of peace and not of anxiousness and you got to get stuff done. I don't want anyone to feel that way when they come to camp. Where you're going to a retreat and it's quite lovely. So I just want you to will you still have the general Facebook pages? Yes, Carla, the Crafty Club group and the Faithful Life group will remain, and what they do inside the group will stay the same. The forums are accessible by mobile, and that is for the further other discussions of everything else that you guys want to talk about beyond just these things. So in the Facebook groups, it's more of a very, very specific focus, and then in the other is more broad, and it's a lot more about the option of having, goal setting, accountability, being able to have discussions about other topics, or, because once you find out that, you guys like each other in the Facebook group, then, you'll probably like each other about other areas of your life. So that's kind of a fun thing. But yes, you can also talk about crafting. We will do stuff like that in the other as well. So once you're over there, doesn't mean you can never talk about crafting stuff. Of course you can. Terry says, can you tell me where you use tabs in the playbook? So I'm going to be separating mine by, I'm going to put one in between each of the different monthly sections. So I want my January, February, and March to be separate. And then I want my winter to be separate. So that's where my tabs are going to go. And then once I add spring, it's the same thing. I'll treat each month separately. Boom, 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 boom. When will your planning video come out? Would love to watch it and your setups. So we are going to be moving tomorrow up to the Nashville area and get settled. And I'm guessing that my first available chance to film anything will probably be Friday. So it would be lovely to get that up over the weekend. That would be up to Mr. Crafty's editing skills. So, but I'm hoping to have that filmed by Friday, because I feel like I can at least show everybody what I have, not necessarily everything I've set up, because I haven't set up everything, but I want to show everyone, like, this is what I got, because I'm super excited to share all that part. It's like I love watching people's stuff. Okay. I have like 3 chat rooms. First I had no chat room, and now I have 3. Okay, let me see. A lot of people are very excited to get off of Facebook. It's also like, once you see the forums and see how lovely they're organized, it's going to be so much easier for you guys to interact with each other, to see everything going on in the group. It's like easily to just scan. Forums are, I really like the way that they're set up. Mark, when you pulled that away, I lost like all of the conversations. Thank you, honey. So, and those asking about the Faithful Life Club, we are going to be doing a service project together shortly. I have not announced it, but that will be coming shortly because of the time frame that I need to get that out. So that will be coming, and we will be talking about the group itself has a word for the year. It is the word one, and then I will be releasing little reminders about that throughout the year to remind you about why that word is so special, and to look at it in different ways, and that the meaning of, the one. So, let's see. Thank you so much, Joanne. I liked how my washi page turned out too. Chandra says that reflection in January is so good. And yes, it is. It's a good time for you guys to be reflective. Don't feel like you have to have all of these goals. It's okay to, I am not going to be like that. I've always been real gung-ho about goals, and I've, just because I think I'm more of think of myself as an achiever. But this time around, the last 2 years, I look at it differently now. I want to be slow and steady wins the race. I want to finish well. I'm a great starter. I'm a terrible finisher, but I'm going to turn that around. I'm going to become a really good finisher, and I would love for you guys to be good finishers too. And when things happen too fast, and you guys, that anxiety kind of permeates the group, and you guys all start feeling like, am I missing something? And it creates that whole dynamic of anxiety. and that you're missing out on something and the group is progressing without you. And I want all of you to really start adopting that mindset of everything in this whole winter camp and the Reset Girl. What I'm trying to do is about slow and steady. This is your place to come and get just slowly recharged. Like I'm going to plug you back into the battery and get you charged up nice and slow. Thank you, Purple Paisley Planner. I love the music too. I feel like I'm in a little cocktail lounge right now. Ooh, Victoria says that she amazed her fellow classmates with her selection of tabs. That's awesome that you use them in your schoolwork, Victoria. Michelle says, I cannot wait to get off Facebook. I have been slowly but steadily working towards that myself. I have been removing myself from groups. I've been like trying to condense my account down, and I really want to see what happens if I just delete Corey Speaker off of Facebook. And then all I would have left is just the Reset Girl page, and that's it. I think I'm going to do it this year. I've seen a couple of my friends do it. Tracy did it. My friend Carrie did it, and nothing happened. Nothing bad happened. They still have their community. So I'm like, I think I'm doing it. I think I'm going for it. And thank you so much. We appreciate you guys so much. We appreciate that you come hang out with us and that you support our little store. And creating stuff like this is just, it's so fun. It is it's a blessing for me because it's like, and you guys like it and we're all having fun together in it. It's so great. So Deb is asking, when will memberships be offered? We're going to be offering them this month. They're going to be launching soon. I know soon is like not a good word for planner girls, but my hope is mid-January we'll have everything together. We just want to make sure that we have the forum all set up so that it's like really, cute, and all the little threads are all set up so that when you guys come in there, it's not like you're in that awkward, like, what are we going to talk about, you guys? We've set up the conversations for you. So there's conversation starters, if you will, and we've created organizations so these are all the topics that I can just jump into and start talking. How fun is that? So this is going to be really fun to try this whole platform with you guys. I'm really excited about that. Chandra says, when was her word in 2018? How fun. I've not heard anyone say it's been their word yet. So I'm glad I didn't come up with something crazy. And Michelle says her word for this year is try. So we hope that you try winter camp and that you try the forums, Michelle. Yes. So Kel says, read the finished book by John Acuff. I own said book. I have not finished said book. The irony. Celia says her dad has a saying, all it likes is finishing up. All it likes is finishing up. Oh, that's something we all have to get better at, is finishing. It's so funny how it's just so exciting to start things, but how hard is it? Patty says, I'm going to be goal-centered until September, then self-care for the holidays. Patty, slap it high. Me too, girl. I have made a plan for myself that I'm working all the way up till the end of September, and then I'm off. Like, I will do the minimum stuff, for the Facebook groups and everything, and keeping everything like just smooth, but I'm not doing any big planning projects. I'm not doing anything grand. I am going to enjoy a fall and not be working, not be prepping, not be doing something. Like, I just want to I want to watch leaves change. And we're going to New England this fall. We're going to go drive the RV across the part of America that I have not spent any time in. And we're going to go to New England, and we're going to go on a New England cruise. And I am going to soak up every minute of fall. Of course, I'll have to take you guys with me. I'll have to vlog that stuff. I'll have to do lives when I can. Absolutely. Do not feel I will be leaving you guys out. But I'm just not going to be doing any like Reset Girl projects, like things that I'm spending hours working on, because I worked all through Christmas. I worked through all of that. New Year, like Christmas Eve, Christmas. I mean, I went to church on Christmas Eve, but I'm just saying I worked. And so I want to super enjoy things and just be in the moment for a change. So that is my goal. So Lady J Crafty says, oh my gosh, you're still on? Yes, I'm still here. So So let's see here. So you say that you're going to try new things and new opportunities this year. Get out of my comfort zone. And I think that's a great idea for all of us. Let's all be a little bit more bold here. Natalie says her word is relationships. That's a good thing to work on. And Vicky says, my word is my first name. I want to get to know me better. Vicky, that's awesome. There's nothing wrong with that at all. You should get to know yourself better. I think that for me, the biggest getting to know myself moment, the thing that totally changed my life, the biggest game-changing moment for me is finding out that I was an introvert, that there was a word to describe how I am wired. I did not know what introvert really meant until I went through my reset. And when I I don't even remember how I got there and how I went that direction, because my whole life I've been fascinated by self-help books and personal development. I've always read those type of books, be your best self. But I never understood what being an introvert meant. And now, like, introvert, extrovert, it's everywhere. Like, everybody talks about it. It's in the language all the time, but it just wasn't, like in 2008 when this was all happening, it wasn't prevalent the way it is now. And there was just a couple books available that you could read about it. And then after I absorbed that, it was like, bing. So I applaud you. I think that's a great idea. I wish you well. I say that your playbook has lots of pictures of yourself in it, that you document different aspects of your life, do listing, do things that will help kind of like prompt you to encourage you. One of the things I'm doing in the winter camp is putting a lot of journaling prompts into the workbook, so that you are doing a lot of self-reflection, talking, about yourself, because I think we all need to spend time with ourselves. And so that'll be one thing that, unlike, Camp Reset, we're going to be more reflective on ourselves, our thought life, why we do the things we do, our habits, that kind of thing. And there's going to be a lot of journaling involved. So that might just be something you'd be interested in. So, actually, Mr. Crafty, I have found a better website than 16 Personalities. I am not doing that one anymore. But thank you for offering. I found a really awesome website that has a free version of the Myers-Briggs. Again, all of the websites that are not Myers-Briggs, they offer versions of it. They offer like they're less complex versions of it. The gold standard is obviously the test itself, the Myers-Briggs personality assessment. But there is one I found more recently that I love. And it gives you this whole report that it spits out, and you can see different areas of your life. And that's the one I'm going to be really talking about and promoting more so, and it's free. So okay, so I think I have caught up to any important thingies going on. Robin says her words are bold and fierce. I had bold this year with my word, and I think that it didn't turn out to be bold the way I thought. But I did do some things that I hadn't done before. So like doing the podcast and being so bold in my faith and talking about Jesus and all that stuff that normally for a lot of us, we keep private. We keep kind of to ourselves. We don't really share things and declare them, because sometimes that can be very galvanizing. So I guess that was my bold move this year, was being a bold speaker, like living up to my name, being a true speaker. I love the fact that God gave me that name. Like, he turned an introvert into a speaker. I'm Corey Speaker. Yes. Those personality tests are very, very, very interesting. They're very insightful. I think that it's been very helpful for me, because I think the type of person I am, I have been very down on myself, very critical of myself. I was very mean to myself about how I behaved and how I acted. So knowing that there was reasoning behind why I am the way I am, and understanding that, hey, there's other people like this too, and this is like not just this weird, you're weird, Corey. It's actually, there's other people who have this similar wiring as you. That made me feel very nice. But I do appreciate that I have been given opportunities to be bold, to get out of my little shell, to extrovert my little fanny off. Like that makes me feel good. It's like exercising muscles, you know, to make sure I can still do it. Most of my life, I have tricked everybody I've ever worked with, my workplace, coworkers. They always say, it's not possible you're an introvert, because that's where I've always extroverted. And then I go home and never talk to anybody. So my private life is very introverty, and my public life apparently is very extroverty. So, but that's true of a lot of introverts. So I embrace being an introvert. I love that title. I love what it means. I get that. I embrace other introverts. I think that because we are moving into an era where there's more talk about introversion, and that it's more understood, and it's more like embraced and kind of joked about, and we can all laugh at it now. We can go, okay, well, this was great. I wasn't weird all this time. I just didn't have the secret password. I didn't know what was going on. So I love that. And the more I talk about it, the more it brings other people into the community. And that's kind of been one of the pathways I think that the Reset Girl has really grown, is because it's been the siren call of this introvert to other ones. And but let it be said, though, that this does not exclude our extrovert friends. We are very grateful for you guys, because without you, it would be a lot of awkward silence. Just kidding. Okay, so yay, this has been a great start for the year. Thank you, B. I'm glad that we got a chance to do this. I feel like, let's see, I have now been officially on for 3 hours. So, I try to do 2 hours, but that just doesn't ever seem to work out. I end up having so much fun talking with you guys that, then I end up going much longer. So, just know, if you came in late or you had to leave early, you are obviously watching this as a replay, but a replay is available on my YouTube channel, The Reset Girl. And you can watch our other live events that we've had, as well, as Mr. Crafty is beginning to upload them there, because for a little while there we had to break up with YouTube for our live, but things are on the mend now, and we are back we are back into the YouTube saddle. So I will be doing a video about my setup. That will be coming. I'm really excited to do it, so trust that. And I will be rolling out more YouTube content, because I have kind of a plan in my head about what I want to work on. So that's going to be my goal. We are hoping to launch the monthly membership around the middle of the month. Please get on my newsletter so that you do not miss the announcement or any of the information, because depending on Facebook is not wise, because you will not necessarily see the post. So if you go to theresetgirl.com and go to newsletters, you will see right there we have the Reset Girl Insider that you can sign on to. And once you're on that, I will make sure that I announce when the membership's coming, then when camp is coming, and you guys will have all the information, and hopefully be really excited that this is like a new next level for the Reset community, and that this could be like a remarkable turning point for us, a remarkable year for us, because we'll be able to take our friendships here in the club to the next level, and have have other conversations, and you guys will be able to talk more intimately about things, because so far that has really not been possible with our current setup, and this is just going to be a much nicer area and space for you to do that, and will come with its own content, and I'm hoping to have like a dedicated live event for just it, so that there's always something fun to look forward to that's specific to being in the Fireside forums. So, but there's so much more to the membership than just the forums. There's other good stuff in it. I just can't reveal everything yet. So, but I appreciate you guys showing up on the first day of 2019. This is going to be a great year for our community, and I am praying for you guys that this is going to be a great year for all of us in our lives, that we are going to really, we're going to fall in love with who we're going to become. We're going to set on a goal, pick one thing, just start thinking about one thing Don't try and do all the things. I've tried to do goals like concurrently, and it just never seems to work out. So just pick one area, one thing that you'd like to just change. It doesn't have to be a big, just life-changing. You know, for some of you it needs to be, and you know it when that's you. But for a lot of us, just one little area of our life that I'm going to just focus on that, and I'm going to make little changes to make this happen. For me, it's going to be my health. I know that is a lot of you is in the same boat. So I hope that you want to join me in what we're going to be doing over in our membership, because that will be directly supporting that initiative. So I really appreciate you guys showing up, and this is going to be a wonderful year for the Reset community. I cannot tell you how excited Mr. Crafty and I were last night when we were watching the last few minutes kind of wind down, and we said a prayer, and we just feel in our heart that we have everything in our corner this time. We have everything going good for us this time. So I'm so grateful for you guys to be part of that, and that you're here, and that you show up every time. And it's such an awesome honor to get to do this with you. So I'm saying all of your little faces in the little chat room down here. Mwah! I love you guys so much. And we will be seeing you shortly on YouTube, and seeing you in content, and seeing you guys in the Facebook group. If you have not joined and you don't have any ill will towards Facebook, please find me, the Reset Girls Crafty Club and the Reset Girls Faithful Life Club. We would love to have you. So I'll see you guys very, very soon, sooner than you realize. Love your little faces, and Happy New Year to all of you guys everywhere you are in the world. Thank you so much for changing Mark and I's life and giving us this amazing new adventure to share with you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Love you guys. Bye, everyone.